Good evening, everybody. I don't know why my camera decided to go out of focus, but we won't worry about that at the moment. We have a very special guest here that has been accused of being me on several occasions and vice versa. Michael Lewis, welcome back, buddy. How are you
Thank
doing?
you. Doing good. Good to be here. It's a good night for Hurricane hockey, and can't wait to put it to my hometown team.
Yeah, I feel you on that. It was the same way when I lived up in Washington. I was always, I basically ran an insurgency up there. Come on, camera, focus. I might need to turn the light on. Hold on. All right, there. Now it's working.
Looking good. There we go.
Yeah, no, I'm. It would have been a pretty bittersweet pill to swallow if they had ended up doing something like trading Nikishin to get Robert Thomas, but I'm ultimately glad they didn't do it.
Yeah. I just feel like anytime I hear rumors about Carolina and the Blues making a trade, I just don't like it. Just, growing up in St. Louis, just hearing a possibility of a young Hurricane prospect just like Nikishin is just coming to St. Louis, just I would not. I'd hate it personally.
Yeah. No, I feel you on that.
I mean, Thomas, though, that would be a great asset to have, obviously, in Carolina, especially second line center. But
that would be like having two Ahos at that point, basically. One of them's right-handed.
yeah.
And Thomas got a little bit more of an offensive killer instinct than Aho does, if you ask me. They're both very complete players. But I would absolutely love to have had Robert Thomas. I'm sure that maybe there were packages they could have proposed that didn't involve Nikishin, but either way, you're gutting a lot of the roster to get it done.
Yeah. And so we're running this on NHL 6-6, where we'll have to watch the Blues broadcast, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I got the volume low on the Hurricanes one, and I turn it off whenever they're not actively playing and everything like that. And I got a lot of games I'm going to be watching here in the near future where I'm going to be taking a lot of notes on the opponents, because you got a lot of games that you're going to be playing against teams that you could potentially be playing in the playoffs. Pittsburgh being one of them, Islanders being one of them. There's a few of them in there. Tampa again, one more time.
Yeah.
I believe it's only one more time this season with Tampa.
Saturday night, I believe.
Yeah, it's Saturday. It's close. So I'm going to be watching that one really closely. Yeah, I wanted to get back to just doing regular pre and post game stuff, but I wanted to get back to doing regular pre and post game stuff, but I had a bunch of schoolwork to do today, and when I got home from the gym, I was wiped out. I had to chill for a little bit. I was in there for an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's kind of nice not having classes on a Tuesday or Thursday, I will say.
Yeah, I only actually physically go to class one day a week, but it's for 3 hours. So yeah. It's kind of that's the cool thing about going to a community college, even though it's I only take 2 classes at a time to go full time, but it's also 7-week courses, so it's I have to stay on top of stuff where I can get behind really quick, and I still have my part-time job too.
Yeah, I mean, just got to do what you got to do. Also, thanks for whoever said a slap stream. So I think I just pulled up the Hurricane broadcast.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I'd obviously rather do that rather than Bluesers.
Man, dude, their fans were coming at me in some of the comments about stuff, and I'm like, all right, go ahead, keep Thomas, prolong your rebuild. That being said, the assets they stacked, they might not have to. They did pretty good at moving out what they did move out.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they ended up not moving Kyrou out for a ransom.
I mean, they completely fleeced, who was it, the Islanders?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is the Hurricane. Yeah, there we got Hurricane broadcast. But yeah, they completely fleeced the Islanders. I think they got a first-round pick, a prospect, and I'm forgetting who else it was, but obviously, too, I think that's a pretty well trade that they definitely won that for.
Yeah, there was the prices were astronomical for what people wanted, but I mean, it doesn't surprise me that Chris Drury was being a moron about a realistic return for Trocheck. He's such a bad GM, he's actually making the rest of the league worse at the same time. But I'm cool with him staying there because if he can just keep the Rangers being bad and irrelevant for a couple more decades, I'm good with that.
That's completely fine with me. Yeah, I
Kevin
mean,
Adams stayed there in Buffalo working as a sleeper agent for as long as he could. So, thank him for his service.
yeah. Wasn't Drury asked? He asked for, I think it might have been you. It was Kokeniemi, Stankoven, Nadeau, and then a first round, I believe. Is that what it said?
I remember it said something along the lines of roster player, top prospect, and first round pick.
Okay,
And
that's what it was.
For a center on the other side of 30, even if you know he fits in Carolina, that's not. Nah.
That's terrible.
Nah, he'd keep him. I mean, Trocheck sounded like he was disappointed that he didn't get traded. And, a lot of people were, like, mad at Trocheck for, like, oh, you reap what you sow. You shouldn't have went to New York in the first place. Should have stayed in Carolina. I'm like, well, they'd already signed Kokeniemi, which pretty much gave him the signal of, like, hey, someone else is going to take up this role anyway. So, like, what good is it for him to stay at that point? He made a decision, and he wasn't a dick about it either. It's like he told them, like, in January or something like that he wasn't planning on staying. So it's like, I don't see why people are mad at him.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice for him to come back, but like you said, there's just no point in making a trade when you're giving up that much for an older player. There's just no point whatsoever.
See, the thing is, that was New York's best chance to trade Trocheck and actually get a good return.
Yeah.
In the offseason now, when people aren't frantically throwing their best offers in there, it's not gonna go that way. It's like they're not gonna get what they wanted out of that.
Also, has puck dropped yet?
No, not now it is. Yep, just dropped.
Well, that's been weird. Literally every single one of my. Okay, we got it. There we go. We're good.
Yeah, we're going to be a couple of seconds misaligned on the timing, though. There's nothing we can really do about that because of the way the ads are on the regular streams anyway. Because, like, when I'm on here watching with Matthew P., he watches on cable. So his feed's always a little bit ahead of mine.
No big deal. I'm at 1940 wearing the Reds tonight.
Yeah, I'm about 10 seconds ahead of you, so we'll try and get synced up at, like, after a TV timeout.
Completely fine with me.
There you go, Martinook. Way to shut that transition down. But yeah, I mean, I'm still, like, I understand why they didn't pull the trigger on doing anything at the deadline, but I'm still also kind of disappointed in it.
Yeah.
Because the team's not good enough, dude. I'm sorry. It's not.
No, not at all. What? Sorry, what was that?
Like, that's not me trying to say that it's absolutely a definitive, like, no way they're going to win type of thing, but, like, it's not a team I look at and say, okay, they can beat anybody. It's like I look at this team and say they can win, but, like, stay healthy. Maybe some bracket luck would be nice. Like, I just don't look at this team and I don't see, like, a Stanley Cup winning powerhouse. And the fact that so much of the narrative is around, well, Florida's not there this reason. If you don't build a team that you think can beat everybody, you didn't build the good enough team.
Right. And what I need your thoughts on this. So who do you think would win between Florida? I mean, not Florida, Tampa Bay and Buffalo round two? Because it's pretty obvious to see that. You think Buffalo?
Buffalo.
Okay.
See, never under, and I'm speaking from experience on this, relatively somewhat recent experience. Yeah, just about. And he's only got 3 more points than he needs, and he's got 700. But, people say that he's not a first-line center, even though he's on track to have 1,000 points by the time his contract is up if he plays every game. And then he's also, like, as far as playoff performance, he's the best one in Hurricanes history already.
Oh, completely, without a doubt. Yeah.
And the funny thing about it is he's not even the best forward on the team anymore.
Yeah.
It's Jarvis. But it's like, I mean, Aho's game is more complete if you ask me, but back to the whole Buffalo thing. Buffalo is in a better position returning to the playoffs now than Carolina was in 2019. And you saw what they did riding the momentum of finally getting back in the playoffs. And Buffalo's had a much longer layoff than Carolina has. And I hate the Sabres with a passion. If anybody was around for 2006, that is Carolina's true enemy is Buffalo. Like, that is like, when I say that's our true enemy, that's like America and England, that's our true
Yeah,
fucking, or that's our true enemy is Buffalo.
just
So
move everything
I
that
hate
happened there.
I hate their fans, but I will hand them something. They stayed loyal through all of it. So
Yeah,
the ones that are jumping on it now, they didn't just come back when it was convenient. I'll give them that. I still hate them, but I will give them credit where it is due.
yeah. Just for me, I remember my buddy Rylan. He went up to a Sabres game last season. I mean, last season, I don't remember how they were doing. I think it was just above average, but the arena was just completely empty. And then seeing it now is just crazy to see, sold out arena every game. And then even the atmosphere up there, it's insane. Just
Yeah,
every game has just been awesome for them.
yeah. That's the thing though. It's like see, I'm anxious to see, and we're only a few weeks away from it. To see how the playoff bracket's going to shake out, because and I've talked about this on here a few times, but Carolina is not going to have the easy first round this year that they've had in years past. Because because the standings are still pretty close as far as who could be where. You don't have an easy first round matchup against Buffalo,
Boston,
Montreal, Detroit. Boston, maybe you might run Boston over in 5 games. But I'm also like not entirely convinced that you run them over very easily. It's like I feel like whatever first round Carolina has is going to be a lot like the Nashville series in the modified bubble year, where they're going to whoever Carolina plays in the first round is going to take a chunk out of them on the way through. Like there's no way around that. Um, and then it's like, yeah, you're not playing the mid 2010. Oh damn, stuff it in. Where is it? Okay, I'm okay. Thank you for blowing the whistle. There's no way he didn't lose sight of that. Carrier is so hardworking, man. I absolutely love his game.
scrum down. Yep. Yeah, you're like 10 seconds ahead.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna pause it at the next puck drop. Let me know when they drop it for you. I'm gonna do it like right
Perfect.
when
Yeah,
this clock
sounds
starts
good
again.
completely.
Bennington's even got the look of a damn lunatic. My God.
Bennington
That's
is a lunatic.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, good save.
Okay.
I see my friend Lennon is in here. I got the chat pulled up on my computers or on my
All
side
right.
monitor.
Let me
So
know when you get to 1606 and they drop the puck.
1606. All right.
Let me know when they drop it.
And they false alarm. They didn't
Oh,
drop it. They
that's
said,
fine. We're on the same time now
all
though.
right,
Yeah, because they started to and then they waved somebody out and now Nathan Walker's
yeah.
taking the face off.
Yeah, the Blues, the Robert Thomas line ever since trade deadline has been really good.
Come on,
Yeah,
Jankowski, do something.
I sent the link out to a bunch of my friends, so a bunch of people that I know. I shared it, obviously.
Oh, cool. Oh,
My boy Hayden Schmidt.
I recognize some of these. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, good to see everyone in here. Or at least my people in there. Awesome to see.
Good back check there by Nikishin. Out. Thank you. But yeah, I just don't think the team's good enough to go all the way like definitively.
My opinion on it. So I think if we play Tampa in the ECF, I think we're gonna lose in 5 yet again.
I do too.
Let me mute this. I keep getting text. I think if we play Tampa, I think we're gonna get ran over in 5. I just think they're a more physical team. But I say more physical, but yet whenever I think of us playing Buffalo, I honestly think we can beat Buffalo. I I don't know, just a part of me thinks Tampa is going to be a harder matchup than Buffalo. Not entirely based on this physical aspect, but just the aspect of just playoff success. I don't think Buffalo has that deep of a roster to go that far to beat us in the Cup or us in the ECF. But if we do make the Cup and I bet we'd play the Avs, I think we would get steamrolled against Colorado.
Yeah. See that's the only thing about it, and I mentioned something about this the other day. All these deep playoff runs with no results, they're going to take their toll after a while on the attrition factor and everything like that. Because even if you don't make the playoffs, you only get about 2 or 3 weeks before you got to start training again and everything like that.
Right.
Um, so it's like these guys have been going to the playoffs over and over again. I know that the roster's a lot different now than when this all started and everything like that. Um, it's like that takes its toll on you and everything. That's part of the reason why Carolina was able to drag Washington to 7 and beat them, in 2019 was, the attrition factor to really set in. And I don't think that's on Carolina's side anymore like it was back then. That's why a team like Buffalo would worry me a little bit more, is they haven't really had to worry about that. I think that with Buffalo, the biggest thing that was holding them back, I think there was some like they've had a good roster for a few seasons. I
Right.
think what was holding them back was the complacency, and then when Kevin Adams was out, and it became pretty apparent that nobody's job was safe, they figured it out and they put it together what they've been trying to do for years at that point. And all it took was the spark being lit from being like, all right, your job's not safe anymore. You got to start playing.
Is the who's the Buffalo goalie? Is it still that like
Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen,
what's his name? That yep, there it is. Yep.
or UPL as many people call him.
UPL, yeah. 5 scoring chances compared to 0.
Or if Carolina plays him in the playoffs, I'm going to start calling him UBL just to piss people off, because that's what they used to abbreviate Bin Laden's name as on the news back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Boston first round, I'd say, yeah, give or take 5. I mean, Carolina on the road, and in the playoffs recently, it's been great further on the road. Yeah, give or take 5 or 6 games. Second round, Pittsburgh. Okay, I just got caught off guard there. Pittsburgh or New York. Both of those teams, I've interacted with a few of their fans just on Twitter, and none of them want to be there.
No.
Just they both, like Pittsburgh the other night, they're just like, we're not going to make it past the second or the first round. The Islanders are going to beat us. I got to think, we can do 5 or 6 with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be, in my opinion, just the exact carbon copy of last year. We look great up until the ECF, and then in the ECF, whatever happens. We'll get bounced in 5 or we'll win in 7.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, check your DMs on X real quick.
All right.
But yeah, it's that's kind of what I feel like it's going on, is the team still kind of on a feedback loop. And I like Stankoven a lot. I think that there's the potential, not a huge one, but the potential for a Jarvis-like player there. But it's just like he seemed like a much more effective player on the wing to me, and I don't think he's an NHL caliber second line center at this point. That's why I was hoping Carolina would get another center, and then maybe give Stankoven, Hall, and Robinson, let him develop in a some more favorable matchups and everything like that, because you can never have too many players at that position that are capable of playing it. Carolina has really shown that, because historically in the last few years they've been pretty thin there. It's been Aho, 40 feet of air, and then whatever names you want to list in whatever order. But like that's a big glaring issue that still has not gotten addressed. It's like, yeah, you did one internal hire and you fixed part of it with Aho, but like, how many, you caught lightning in a bottle there. You're not going to do that every time.
Yeah. Yeah, and you go back to that 2021 Nashville series. I remember watching that. Yeah, that's a great comparison of what this playoff could very well be like, is you just get drained out. You weren't prepared. You weren't ready for what this Nashville team was.
They just wouldn't go away.
No, yeah, they would not go away at all.
That's what I'm worried about more than anything.
Is in that series, did we go up 2? They tied it 2. We won 3 at home because Jordan Stahl? He got that game.
If I remember correctly, it was Carolina won the first 2, Nashville won the second 2. Carolina won game 5, Nashville won game 6. But I think 3 of those games, including the last game where the series was decided, I think 3 of those games went to overtime. Yeah, that's what really took it out of Carolina.
I thought it might be double. I don't remember. It was overtime, yeah.
Yeah, because I vaguely remember that time because I was working a lot back then, so I had the games on, but they were kind of more on my headphones and everything. What I do explicitly remember is how badly Tampa embarrassed Carolina in the next round.
Terrible. Yeah.
I remember, like, I was at my desk because I worked nights back then, and then when they won game 4, when Carolina won game 4, I was like, yeah, they just put a Band-Aid on a bullet hole.
Yeah.
I knew they weren't going to win that series going into it.
Right.
Like I just saw it at game one, I was just kind of like, this team doesn't have it, and like I feel like this year is going to play out a little bit more similarly. And that's not me trying to be negative. It's just I feel like I've seen this movie already, and it's like, see, what I always thought, the 22-23 team is the one that should have won.
Yep.
That was the one I from the very first game of the regular season, I was like, this team has got it.
Yep.
I really thought that team had it. Even after Svechnikov got hurt, the way that they because nobody thought Carolina was going to beat the Devils for some reason.
Right. Right.
I'm like, what the hell was the rationale behind that?
No.
And then
absolutely nothing.
Waxed them in 5 decisively. The only game that New Jersey won, Carolina still scored 2 shorthanded goals, and Jordan Martinook scored on a penalty shot. And then, the ECF, it was like Carolina outplayed Florida 85% of that series.
Oh,
it
yeah.
For Bobrovsky, it goes the other way. So, and like, credit to the team in front of him for not letting it go to waste, but for letting his effort go to waste. But, it's like when I go back and look at that, I think Carolina had more expected goals throughout the entire series and in each individual game in all situations than Florida did. So it was just like, and, that's kind of indicative in how close it was, on the actual scoreboard too. So it's like,
yeah,
that's my boy, Jacob Slavin.
I also have always said it. If Carolina would have won the game 1, which that was like the 3 overtime game, I think we win 4. That series. I think they were just completely mentally and exhaustively just drained out, and they just could not go on anymore.
No, because I remember when Jarvis. So you had 2 overturned goals in that, one for Carolina, one for Florida. Jarvis hit the crossbar. Like, had that puck been an inch lower, we might be having a different conversation today.
Yeah.
One of the
dumbest things. Like a banner behind me instead of just the normal flag.
Yeah, and one of the worst things about it, one of the very worst things about it was how they still had them talk to the media after that 4 overtime game, and I'm talking about both teams, some of the questions they got. I was like, why are you even making these guys talk right now? It's 3 o'clock in the fucking morning.
Yeah. I generally don't remember. As soon as the game ended, I turned the TV off, said a few choice words, and then went to bed.
See, I tried to lay down and go to sleep, and I couldn't. I was just irate. I went to work the next day with hardly any.
Did he? Yeah. Is that Jank? Jankowski. Wow.
I'm taking credit for this because ever since I started ragging on him, he's been playing the best hockey of his life.
That's right. No, that is all you.
I'm just saying, every time I say something negative about the player, it was like when Jackson Blake scored that really nasty goal a couple of weeks ago. I had just got done writing 3 posts about how much I thought he had sucked that night, and then he scored. It was like, It happens every time.
Here we go. So all my cousins, we always have like our just one big group chat, and it's always just crap talking on Blues, Hurricanes, and they're just dead silent right now. So it's just always fun just to mess with that.
My timeline is about to get lit up. Oh my god!
Oh yeah,
it happens every time.
I'm seeing some of these comments right now, and it's just Jank. Oh no, Jank goal, Jankowski. Yeah.
Wow. This. All right.
Oh, I didn't realize one of my cousins is actually in here. He just texted me, "I'm dead. I'm not dead silent."
Someone took my picture of me holding my Nikishin sweater and AI to Jankowski name and number onto it.
Oh, I think
I did. God, I'm getting lit up. Oh my god.
Everyone's talking about Jank now.
What the? Damn, Stankoven's just about put that one away. He knocked it off the post.
I thought he got the one time at first. I thought that was going to go in.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I'm looking at a small screen right now, but...
Bro, that was actually an unreal goal. Like, this guy's going to keep this up, and he's going to get the 8x8.
Hey, if he's playing well, I do not care. I am completely...
I don't either, but it's like, I can't stop the smear campaign, because if I stop the smear campaign, he'll stop doing this.
Did St. Louis take it? What's happening here? Did St. Louis take a timeout?
That's what it looks like. Mark Jankowski broke them.
Why did they take a timeout 10 minutes into the game? Like,
Mark Jankowski broke their franchise with 1 goal. Bruh.
I mean, one of the worst players on Carolina, unfortunately, but from Jankowski to China to Jankowski to second center.
Oh my god, I'm still This has got to be my favorite gimmick ever out of all the ones I've done.
The Jankowski ones.
Yeah.
Jankowski, you know?
See, the sad thing about it is, though, people think that I actually hate him, and I don't. I don't hate anybody on this team. I like all these guys. The last time I didn't like a player, he got traded. We know who that was.
Eric Holla? Mika Rantanen?
No, Morrow.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I just completely forgot about that dude.
I think everyone's tried to, because that was one of the worst performances I've ever seen of a individual player in the playoffs for the Hurricanes.
Let me tell you about that. So during game 3, that was my high school graduation party, and I made this whole deal about it. Got like a projector to put out at the party for all my friends and everyone to watch it. And Scott Morrow just completely humiliates me at my own graduation party. Just an utter embarrassment. $10 minutes gone. I mean, so far, not bad. I mean, this one means something for me.
Oh, yeah. Same way every time that they played Washington when I lived up there and after I left.
At least you guys would play Washington. Oh, he fanned it.
Good job by Miller. He's gotten so much better this season.
He fits into Rod's system.
He does. He knows how to use his reach. He's not ridiculously physical, but he'll throw plenty of hits.
Yeah, for sure.
That was one of the things they were saying, that the Rangers fans were saying he was soft, but he already had 652 career hits when he got to Carolina. So I'm like, okay, he can't be that damn soft then, and he's not.
Yeah. That was just such a shocking move for me in the first place. Whenever we did it, I did not see that coming at all, and I'm so glad he did, because he fit into our system. He's had a great year so far.
See, I was surprised at the trade package, though, because like when they said Carolina was trading for Keandre Miller, I'm like, why? Like, I wasn't mad about it because I always liked him, but I was just kind of like, how's he going to fit into this? But I was like hoping like, well, maybe now they're going in a different direction and they'll let Nikishin play his offside because he's better at that. Like, and that's one of the cool things about him playing with Riley. He's spending a lot of time on the right side of the ice, which is where I think he needs to be. So.
No, I've liked having him here. He missed the first half of the season, it seemed like, or not first half, but a good chunk of the beginning of the season he was hurt. But ever since then, he had a little slip. He's been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Are we synced up, you think?
I just passed the 8-minute mark.
Okay, I'm at 7:51 right now.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do it again at the next TV timeout.
Okay. I will say though,
out.
Yeah, TV
okay,
here.
That works.
I will say, so I hate the Blues and all, but I do like their road uniforms. I do like the blue on there.
See, there's only one of their sweaters I didn't like, and it was one of their old ones that had the weird, like, sideways, like, diagonal piping on it or whatever. The only team I've ever seen really pull that off is the Ducks. So, yeah. I think you know which one I'm talking about.
I think so. I think I have a picture of it in my head. Yeah.
All right, let me check my phone. I don't want to do this, but I will. Oh my god, I'm getting lit up on my phone too. Yeah, it was like, okay, so it had red sleeves on the bottom and then the yellow diagonal stripes above it.
Oh yeah,
That one was
those are their
awful.
retros, I think, or like some of
Yeah,
the retro ones.
yeah, that one sucks. All
Yeah,
their other ones are great.
yeah. I wish they would bring back though, just like the logo with the arch on it.
I
Just
like
like
that one,
as a
yeah.
St. Louis, and I feel like I've never liked the Blues, but just as a St. Louis and just having the arch incorporated in that is kind of cool to see, just for a city aspect.
Yeah.
Who got the assist on? No, there was no assist on that. That's right. Not assisted. Jank 7th of the season.
Where are you at right now?
What was that?
Where are you at right now, time wise?
7:02.
Okay, I'm only 5 seconds behind you, so.
Okay, you're behind. I can pause it.
Nah, you're good.
All right.
At the next whistle, pause it.
Yep, I'll do it for like 2-3 seconds or like 5 seconds. Yeah.
Oh, Smokey, this is Missouri Mike 13. You've definitely seen him over on X if you're over there. Him and I interact quite a bit. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, Svets just about did that.
Svetch always puts a few in against St. Louis, or at least whenever I've seen him. He didn't get a hat trick. Now, I'm thinking back to 2 years ago.
He's had a few multi-point games against them, I'm pretty sure.
Martinook always has multi-point games, too.
Martinook just seems to go off against certain teams like the Blues, the Devils.
Edmonton a few days ago, too, which is good to see.
Yeah. But yeah, he was right on the doorstep with that one. He had the stick there. I was hoping he'd tip that one in.
That would be kind of poetic for Svechnikov to score against St. Louis, just some personal vendettas that I have with people.
Yeah, I remember that one St. Louis reporter got pissed off at me because he called Svechnikov a raggedy bitch, and then I showed a video of him scoring against them. I was like, "You were saying? You were saying? You sure about that? You sure about that?"
Yep. Almost. We got 5 minutes left. Is that what it says? Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and order some Hawaii. Have you ever heard of Hawaiian Bros?
Nah.
So, it's a Midwestern Hawaiian restaurant. Really weird. I mean, it's pretty good. They always have sales on DoorDash, so I'm gonna go ahead and order that. I think that's gonna be the meal for tonight. Do you want it, Kellen? Do you want anything?
I'm all good, thanks.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I had chicken shawarma and dolmens tonight.
There you go.
Yeah, like I've gotten to where I don't really even eat out anymore. I can't tell you the last time I've had fast food. I totally quit that stuff. Like I drive by it now, and it's like I used to like get a craving for it because of the stuff they put in it. It's addictive.
Right.
Now it like I feel more like kind of like just it. I don't want to say it makes me sick, but like there's no desire to have it anymore.
Oh, completely. I've just been eating dorm food, and that's garbage. Like, I'll take a real meal anytime I can, because I mean, it's just disgusting food. It's the same crap over and over again. right.
That goal was pretty sick though. I can't be mad about it.
The Jankel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta see another replay of it.
I'm just saying though, ever since I started talking shit about him,
He's been great.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, he completely has been. Yeah, they're pulling up a picture on the Blues broadcast of the jerseys that you were talking about earlier. I guess they still wear them.
Yeah, those are hideous.
They're awful.
Those are absolutely hideous. I cannot stand those.
Like I said, I guess it's their retro looks, but like just because they're retro, you don't need to bring them back. Not everything retro should be brought back.
I'm just reading all the comments on here. It's hilarious. Good entry denial there by Riley. Good back check by Aho. See, this is what I like Aho doing right here when he gets back like that. Good back check, and then he like takes the time, has the patience with the puck to like generate that transition there.
Yeah. I feel like Aho's impressed his game this year, or improved his game this year.
Yeah. It's like, I don't really think it's improved. I think it's just he's not as laser focused defensively as he normally is, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just think he's more selfish when he has the puck. I mean, he is now. In the beginning of the season, there were a few times he passed up shooting, and I'm kind of like, bro, what are you doing? And then, it's like, then he has shifts like that one where he just kind of takes over it and does what he wants to, which is what I want to see more of that out of him, because he's a good enough player to do that. Like, he's not going to take over whole games, but he can take over a shift at a critical time and turn the tide of a game that way. And we've seen him do it before. But
just don't be lazy. I mean, don't be lazy. Just be selfish for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, I always wanted him to be a little bit more selfish. That's what I always wanted out of him. He's done that a little bit more this year. I want to see it become a point of selfishness though, where like we're kind of starting to talk about, okay, does he not pass the puck enough? That's where I want it to get to. I mean, I won't say that, other people might, but I understand he's got that elite playmaking instinct and everything like that. But Chevy Ehlers is playing. He's fine.
That was scary the other night, though, about Ehlers.
I thought he was done, dude. I really did, the way he went down. Yeah,
I
did too.
ACL completely.
I was terrified. I was kind of like, well, Bradley Nadeau it is, champ.
Yeah.
Even though he would have got called up and then they would have put, like, Delorier in or something, which I'm not upset about that because I'm looking forward to seeing him in the lineup because the dude's a unit.
He's going to play Saturday, I assume.
I would like to see him, too.
Yeah.
But like against really physical teams, it will be good to have him in the lineup.
Yeah.
Like, if like, for example, if you're in the playoffs, Carolina's got home ice advantage and they win the first two games, there's no reason not to put him in and get like game 3 to, throw an intimidation factor in there to prevent, depending on who you're playing against, prevent them from doing cheap shots and everything like that. So,
and we've seen that before happen. 2022 New York. Yeah, at first, whenever we announced that, I was kind of pissed off about it, but just looking into it, that's a good pick out to get to Laurier. Just a big.
It didn't really cost anything. It was cheap.
Was it a 7th round?
conditional
future
7th
consideration or
rounder.
whatever. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
completely good with me.
Basically, you got him for free,
Yeah,
practically. You know, it was like, now that move in isolation, I wasn't upset about whether they did anything else or not. I was just hoping like, okay, that can't be it, right? And then that ended up being it. But when we started seeing the prices of stuff, I was like, you know what,
yeah,
that can wait. I mean, yeah, it's two things can be true at once. The prices were too high and they weren't worth paying, which is fine to admit, but also something needed to be done and it didn't get done for whatever reason it didn't get done, and that reason was the prices were too high. So like, you can say the front office did a good job by not doing something to actively detriment the team in the long term, but you can also say like, this is still a problem. Like, both of those things are true.
yeah. I mean, yeah, that's just ridiculous. Like we talked about earlier about what New York wanted for Trocheck.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Looks like end of the period, a minute left in the period.
Yeah, that's exactly what I got.
Cool. My food should be here by 7:04. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Won't be good.
See, that's one thing, like when I was supposed to get stationed in San Diego, you know, one of the things I was really looking forward to
What's that?
was getting home and the Canes starting up at 4. I
Yeah,
was really looking forward to that. Like
yeah,
watching the Canes play at 4, and then if they were on the West Coast, I could still see them at a reasonable hour. And if they were in San Jose, Los Angeles, or Anaheim, if I didn't have to be on the ship, I could have gone.
yeah. And it's like
That
it's a. Sorry, what?
No, go ahead.
It's like it's only 9 or 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, but I love those West Coast games because like right now, if we were playing, I'd be doing homework or studying or something. But just the
Yeah,
West Coast games, it's like not a too terrible time compared to Eastern. Like I love those West Coast games though, like especially earlier in the season.
yeah. No, I was really looking forward to, like, you know, because I had verbals to go to San Diego, and then I ended up getting out. Verbals are like, well, I mean, hell, your dad was in the Navy, so like you've probably heard that term before, but
Yeah,
they're like tentative orders and everything like that. I was supposed to meet the ship in Guam, and then I'd only have to do like the last 3 or 4 months of the deployment and then come back. But you know, it's like I'd never been to the Pacific. I was actually really looking forward to that, but it was just like, you know, I told you about all the stuff that was going on around that time. I couldn't stay in if I really wanted to. I had too much to take care of at home and everything. So,
yeah.
um, oh, funny story. I am considering actually going back,
Really to
but
the Navy?
not to the Navy.
Mm,
So I'm in school for cybersecurity right now, and Space Force needs cybersecurity officers, and I'm thinking about doing that. I don't think I'd go back to active duty. I'd probably just do reserves, and
yeah,
you
reserve
know,
corps.
yeah, and I already did 8 years active, so I can stack up a lot of points, and I could retire and start drawing pension by 53 or so. So
Yeah, that's great.
I
That's
would
a great move.
I wouldn't have to wait very long after retiring to start getting my money. So like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like my girlfriend's thinking about going back. Like, we're both thinking about going back.
Oh, I didn't
Just
realize your girlfriend was military too.
Yeah, she was in the army.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, her and I are both thinking about going back. We don't know if we're gonna do it yet.
Yeah,
She's more likely to go back than me because she already did, I think, 12. So she'd only have to do 8 and she's done. I'd have to do about 12 because I did 8.
yeah.
So I'm thinking about it though. I haven't decided yet.
I mean, it's not a terrible move. Like,
I
obviously,
mean,
no.
it's the fucking Space Force. It's not like I'm gonna be dealing with stuff that's really that bad. Like, I'll probably never deploy or anything like that. I'll just be
Yeah,
sitting up in some talk somewhere doing cybersecurity stuff. And then the cool thing about it, if I were an officer, I'd be doing more managerial stuff as opposed to sitting in front of the computer all day. Which is, I'm at that point in life where I'd rather do that anyway. I did my days of being an E5 and taking the trash out and everything. I'm done with
yeah.
that. I'm not doing that shit again.
I don't blame you.
No way
Yeah.
in hell I'd go back enlisted. That's for sure. If I do
Oh,
go back, I'm gonna get commissioned. I'm not being enlisted again. I already did that rodeo.
yeah,
Not doing that
yeah.
again.
That's funny you don't bring up Space Force. I just bought a Space Force football jersey today. Fanatics is having like a huge sale,
Oh, really?
and I guess the Air Force Academy had like a Space Force game, and their jerseys were on sale now.
Oh,
It's
dude,
not. It's a nice jersey.
you want to know how hard of a time the military was having recruiting a couple of years ago? I saw this thing about, I want to say it was about 4 years ago, where the Air Force was giving out drug waivers, which has never happened before, ever.
Yeah, it's
They
interesting.
sent me an email and asked me if I was interested in joining the Air Force, and I told them no.
Yeah.
When I got out of the Navy, I tried to join the Air Force and the Coast Guard after a few months because I had, like I said, I had some stuff I had to take care of at home in North Carolina. And the Navy tried to get me back, and I didn't want to go back to them. So I went and talked to the Air Force, or I wanted to go talk to the Air Force and the Coast Guard, and they were like, "Hey, I was like, hey, I know I'm prior service, and you Air Force guys, the Coast Guard doesn't like prior service either, apparently." But like, I went and talked to both of them, and they didn't even really call me back. And then that was like right after I got out, and the Army randomly reached out to me, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to continue your service here?" And I'm like, No, I'm good." And then I'd been out for about 5 years, and the Air Force sent me an email and asked me if I'd be interested in coming back and finishing my service there or continuing my service there. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I'm good.
That's wild though. They're offering.
Yeah, the
They're
Air
they're,
Force
they're
wouldn't even
wanting you
touch
to come back.
the Air Force wouldn't even touch prior service for a long time. Like that, what you couldn't even remotely. They wouldn't even think about it for a long time unless you had something like ridiculously specialized, or like if I'd finished a degree and went to OCS and went that way. But like, I was like, if I can't fly, I don't want to go back. I got
Valid.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the whole reason why I joined in the first place, and I spent years fighting them on it.
Yeah. Were you originally down at NAS Pensacola, if I remember?
So I was at Corey Station, which was right down
Oh,
Navy Boulevard from it.
yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
because the long marching lane that they have on that base, it actually used to be a runway back in the day when they first started initially training naval aviators back in World War One time frame. That's where they did it at.
Okay.
So, um, that was where I was at in that. But yeah, I was right down the street from NAS.
Yeah.
But
I've been to
like,
the commissary a bunch down there at Corey Station. There's like
yeah,
that.
I know we've talked about the museum that's on the base too. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
If you ever go to the Smithsonian in DC, the F-14D that's in there was the last one that was landed on an aircraft carrier when they
Yeah.
were retiring them.
Don't they? I
believe.
think they have a Blackbird there too. I think it's.
Yep, there's
Yeah.
an SR-71 there. Yeah. There's actually one of the few P-51C models in the world there, because the P-51C wasn't developed to be a military aircraft. It was a racing and experimental aircraft, but that one's in there.
Yeah.
EA-6 is in there. There's a bunch of cool stuff in that museum. It's really,
Yeah.
I prefer the one in Pensacola though, because there's so many of the mock setups you can sit in,
Right.
whereas Smithsonian doesn't have that. Plus the if they still have it, they had the little flight simulator thing at the museum in Pensacola.
I believe so. I didn't check it last summer, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah.
Also, I will be right back. My food is getting here, so I gotta run downstairs and go grab real quick. I'll be
All right,
back
brother.
in a few minutes.
Alrighty. I'll add him back to the stage here in a moment when he gets back. All right, put that right there. Let's see how much more I'm getting lit up on my timeline. Yep, still getting lit up. I'm fine with it though. The Canes are winning. That's all I care about. Lackey said, "Oh my god, I hate it when it does this. Give me 1 second. I hate it when it does that." Here we go. Link says, "Why were there two of the same person on the screen a moment ago?" If those of you who don't know the joke with that, so there was Mike started up a group chat, his own group chat, and he brought me in there. And him and I were the only two Hurricanes fans in there, because the rest of them were like Missouri natives, so they pretty much all like the Blues and everything like that. So people randomly accused me and Missouri Mike of being the same person, and then we just kind of ran with it. It's a running joke, kind of like the whole me hating Jankowski thing, even though I don't actually hate him, but I'm gonna have to continue to hate him because he does stuff like what he did today. Let's see. We'll go through some of the comments here during the intermission. Maddie, what's up, buddy? Buffalo got a lot bigger. Minimum height of team is 6'2". Yeah, I still don't know if they actively really made the team better overall. They did add some size to it and everything like that. I think Carolina would beat them in a series. I really do. Probably 6, maybe 7. But they Buffalo would take a bite out of Carolina in the event that they played them in the playoffs, especially if it was later on. Like if they were to, depending on how the standings end up shaking out, if that were to happen in like the Eastern Conference Finals, that would be a rough series. I think Carolina would win, but multiple overtimes over the course of that and everything, like Buffalo would take a bite out of them. It would be a lot like when Carolina and Nashville played in 2021. Reese, what's up, dude? They still may get good value for Trocheck, when the reality is he's a year older with a year less in his contract. With the way the deadline went, he's not going to be their only option either. Yeah, they're not going to sell him for what they thought they were going to. That's for sure. It's disappointing for me because the East is wide open. It will never be this open again during Carolina's window. No, it probably won't. Now, one good thing about it, if you were to acquire Trocheck still in the off season, that gives you somebody who you can slot in Jordo's place when he retires. I think he'd be fine in that shutdown depth center type of role. He can still be an all situations guy. You might not utilize him 5-on-5 so much, but as far as him being a important piece of the team in that regard, he absolutely could, even as he gets older. So if Carolina revisits trying to get him back during the offseason and maybe pays less for him then than they would have at the deadline if they were to acquire him, I'd be totally fine with that. I still think that they need to add another center on top of that if they can. If it's a few years from now and it's Aho, whoever you want to pretend the second line center is, Trocheck, and let's be realistic about it at this point, Jankowski, then that's not bad center depth at all, especially when the defense is as good as it is. And Nikishin and Miller are going to take another huge step during the playoffs this year and over the course of the season next year. Young guys like Stankov and Blake and all them, they're going to take another step, I believe. Hall doesn't appear to be slowing down, even though he's getting a little bit up there. So I think all that's, it's not a bad situation to be in at all. I would have liked for them to have done something at the deadline, but like, this is not the worst thing. Excuse me. Lennon Ray Photography, what's up, buddy? Hayden Schmidt, what's up? Bye, I'm headed home. See ya. No class tomorrow. That's cool. Most realistic 2C signing during this offseason. During the first period, it looked like Mark Jankowski wants to have that job. Nah, y'all got it. Referring to the cup, I don't think so. Big Thick Brownie 4323 says missing Cooch right now. Yeah, it would be nice to have him, but I'm not worried about a Bussy and Freddie tandem. I'm still kind of convinced that Freddie's going to be the starter when the playoffs start. Whether I agree with that or not will be something that I kind of have to determine at the time.
Missing Cooch right now.
Yeah, but Freddie's been playing well. Freddie's been playing well though ever since he went to the Olympics. He went to the Olympics and he played well there, and then he came back from there and he's still playing well. So like, that's all. Like, I think it's actually going to be, for good reasons this time, it's going to be hard to decide who the starter is come playoff time because they're both playing well. So that's a good problem to have, as they say. So I think that maybe that's going to be a factor, but. Let me go back up here. I missed something. Skylark says, or does management ignore the issue yet again? Well, depending on how the playoffs goes, they can't ignore it again. I mean, we said that before, that they can't ignore it again, but I would prefer that they didn't ignore it again. Like, do something, even if it's a stopgap guy, as long as you can get them for cheap enough. Because, people are always talking about, or already talking about Ryabkin and Serrato like they're going to be ready tomorrow. I'm like, no, that's a few years off. When you're talking Serrato or Ryabkin, at a minimum 3 years for either of them. So, even if they, and that's if they just hit all the marks all the way through and that everything goes really well with their development, you could see either one of those guys in 3 years or both of them in 3 years. That's totally possible. But when you're talking realistically, it's more like 4 or 5. And then not to mention, you don't know for absolute certain that those guys are going to pan out at the NHL level. If you want an example of that, or at least at the NHL level with the Hurricanes, I should say. If you want an example of that, yes, Barry Kotkaniemi is an example of that. Granted, I don't agree with what has happened to him. I've made that abundantly clear. But then Jankowski does stuff like what he did in the first period, and I'm kind of like, okay, maybe there's some validity to this, but at the same time, I don't agree with how that situation is handled. And I thought on trade deadline day he should have been gone for whatever they could have got, because having an emotional support $4.82 million player doesn't make any sense to me. Reese says William Carlson. That could be a good one. Maddie says, Rod says Nikishin is going to be great here for a long time. Do you think that's a hint he's getting a long-term contract? I have a feeling that'll get done. They've got to move some salary around first, like, because the cap's going up, but also Blake and Stankoven's extensions are kicking in. Jankowski's going to get an extension. You got to decide what you're going to do with Freddie, all that type of stuff. So I think that'll get done. I wouldn't be surprised if they have to go the bridge deal route if they do that, but I think a long-term extension will get done. They'll just have to make some moves to make it happen. But Freddie's coming off the books. KK's probably going to get bought out or traded, so that will sort itself out. Cap's going to go up a little bit. So yeah, I think that'll get sorted out. Chevy says, went to get my taxes done today. I was wearing my Hurricanes polo shirt, and the guy was a Sabres fan bragging about leading the division, so I responded with, yeah, but we still own the conference. Yeah, and that's going to get worse. Like I said, Buffalo is Carolina's one true enemy, so live watch party nice. UPL or Lion, says Dylan. I assume they roll with Lion in the playoffs. I don't know, man. UPL, I think. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll go with Lion, but, like, if he falters, like, UPL is not a bad option. I think UPL is an underrated goalie. I know I piss some people off when I say that. I think he's actually a pretty solid goalie. I really do. Stankoven has almost as many 5-on-5 points as Trocheck this season and more goals. Yeah, it's more so. My biggest concern with Stankoven isn't the ability to create transition plays or defend or to produce offense. He can do all those things. What I'm worried about with him is, like I said, he's the best skater on the team in my opinion, but you can't skate your way out of every situation. And there's going to be a lot of times where, you know, guys that are bigger than him are going to push him off the puck and you know, they're going to, like, force him below the goal line. And, you know, that's going to get more and more difficult because, as they say, the ice gets smaller in the playoffs. Of course, that's a figure of speech. It doesn't literally get smaller. I know there's probably some people that think that they play on a smaller surface during the playoffs. That's not what happens, obviously, but it looks that way just because the pace of the game is completely different. There's a lot more physicality to it. And, you know, it's also a mind game, too, who figures out who first, because you're playing the same team over and over again. You're also playing a good team constantly throughout that time. So that's where I'm a little bit worried about it, is what he does with possession. If he can create time and space, he's fine. If he loses that time and space, there's only so much you can skate your way out of. So that's where my concerns are. Jank goal, laughing emoji. Haha, Brandon Jankowski. That's the best Canes goal of the season. I gotta admit, it was pretty nasty. Stankin Blake, what's up? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Jankowski, that was a beautiful goal.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I'm going to be hearing about it for the next 10 years, so it is well imprinted in my memory. It's like I'm going to be sitting, like, giving some important speaking engagement or something like that, and, you know, or it's like, okay, I'll go back to the Space Force like I said I was going to, and, like, I'll be giving some speech about how we have to fight Space ISIS or something, and somebody in the back's going to raise their hand and be like, hey, you remember that Jankowski goal on March 12th, 2026? And we're sitting over here getting ready to fight the fucking war that was in Halo, and they're going to bring that up.
Jankowski.
Oh, speaking of Halo, I finally got those. I never got to sit down and play them. I got the Master Chief Collection, and I've actually really enjoyed it so far, what I've gotten to play of it.
I've never played Halo in my life, I'm not going to lie.
I'm enjoying it. I got the one that has, like, it has, like, all 6 of the games, and it was on sale on Steam for $10, so I went ahead and picked it up, and I've actually really enjoyed it. I've always wanted to sit down and play it, but, like, this was the first time I actually, like, had a chance to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not really an FPS guy. I'm more flight sims and racing games for my gaming, so I don't even play NHL because I feel like it's the same game over and over again, so I just don't mess with it. I don't mess with it anymore. EA is evil. You know, it's like everybody, like, got excited about the college football game. I don't know if you ever played it, but I'm like, isn't it just going to be...
the only thing I play.
Okay, because I didn't know if it was just going to be Madden with a different coat of paint or what.
It depends what you do. You get what you get out of it. You know, there's different modes. Like, the high school mode is fun and just playing up, and then you get to go into the college. Like, it's enjoyable, like, just making, like, a dynasty and playing with it. Like, that's the only thing I play really anymore. That, and then just occasionally Fortnite once in a blue moon, because that's still what people my age play.
I put that down in about 15 minutes when I tried it.
Fortnite?
I was I was not the target demographic of that game. That's for sure. I tried playing it. And I was like, people were like, "Hey, it's like PUBG," which I had played before and I enjoyed. And I'm like, this is like, okay, the battle royale concept thing is there, but like the game itself, I was just like, it was like maybe it's just because I'm old and I don't know how to play games anymore, but it was like a walking simulator. I get killed by some 12-year-old. He tells me that he fucked my mom or something, and then that's that. And I'm just kind of like,
that's exactly what it is.
And I'm like, you know what? I don't care if this is free. I'm not wasting any more time on it. So I just didn't play it anymore after that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just feel like gaming's gone totally to hell. It's not nearly as good as it used to be, like, at all.
That's valid. Yeah, I mean, I gotta find new stuff to play. NCAA is just getting old and repetitive.
Yeah, that's the other thing with sports games. Like, okay, like my favorite thing to do in NHL back in the day when I played it was the Be a Pro mode, and it got annoying that I had to start it over every time a new game came out.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, all right, I can only play different. So I played like every position in the game for a while. It was really cool. Then I was like, all right, I'll try doing it as a goalie. It was the most boring thing I've ever done in my life. Be a pro goalie on the NHL games is just boring.
Yep.
Like, I knew goalies in real life that I played with. They're kind of like, bro, we don't even play goalie and be a pro. It sucks.
Yeah. Also, second period just started.
All right, cool. And we'll get back to the comments here in a little bit.
I've never tried the goalie mode, I will say.
So here's what I don't know. Okay, now keep in mind, I haven't played it since like actually tried goalie mode. I haven't done that since like 2019 or maybe earlier than that.
Yeah.
It's just, it could be a lot more dynamic. Like, you just press one button to attempt to make a save and it just kind of automatically uses whatever it deems like what the computer decides what save you want to try and make. Whereas I thought that you could have each button have a different function. You could like press R1 down and that moves the blocker hand, press L2 down, that moves the glove hand, and stuff like that. And then like use like R2 and L2 to operate your pillows and everything. You pull them at the same time. You can go into butterfly. Like, there's a bunch of different things you could do with that, but it was just one button in the stick, and I was kind of like, bro, this sucks.
That's terrible.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff you could. If I ever have money to develop my hockey video game, I'm gonna blow EA out of the water. I just need a few $1 million to get it off the ground. If anybody's got some spare change,
I'll let you know if I come across that. I don't plan on it though. Coming across
that. I don't either. But I mean, I feel like I have a really good idea for one, and I wouldn't charge a full $60 for it. I would charge like $40, and instead of like buying a new game every year, I would just be like, hey, pay $20 for the roster update every year or something like that, or something. Because I was just thinking, like, I would use like leagues that aren't in the NHL video games. I would use like the SPHL and the Fed, and maybe get NCAA in on, something like that.
What about the PWHL? You into that?
Nah. I watched the women's U.S. and Canada games this year, but that was about it. I've never watched a ton of women's hockey. Now, if Carolina gets a team, maybe I'll be different about it, but it just doesn't really interest me. And plus, I already watched the Canes. I watched the Chicago Wolves at times out of necessity. Obviously, the Marksmen in Fayetteville and the SPHL. There's the Stingrays here, but I can't bring myself to... Damn, Ehlers just about tucked that wraparound in. I can't bring myself to support the Stingrays in the ECHL because they're affiliated with the Caps. So I can't do that. They've got the Charleston Colonials NCDC junior team here. I'm going to go start watching their games. I actually work with a couple of the kids that play for them.
That's cool. And then Paul Bissonnette's team. The
Gargoyles.
Gargoyles, that's it.
See, I want to try and support them, but I'm not feeling it with them either. I know they're affiliated with the Canes, but I'm just like, I just can't get into it.
It's still Paul Bissonnette.
Yeah, and then I think the closest thing I have to a favorite ECHL team is probably the Norfolk Admirals, because I used to be stationed there.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
That's out of play. But yeah, and the cool thing is the Canes were affiliated with them at one point. I was hoping it would stay that way.
Yeah. What happened to this Ehlers play? I'm seeing a replay of it. Bennington just tripped. Oh, Ehlers should have made that.
Yeah, it rolled off his stick. He lost the handle.
Yeah. That's brutal.
I'm just happy he's out there, man, because the other night did not look good.
I still wonder if he just took a dive there because, like, he went down, he held his knee, and then he started holding his wrist, which was, I thought that was just weird. What he did. Like, I'm not saying he's flopping it, but I just want to know what exactly happened. If it was just one of those stinners that you'll get occasionally, or what the
I
deal
think it was a stinger because sometimes those look a lot worse than they are.
Yeah.
But it's just what worried me was the way his knee torqued unnaturally. And then how easy he went down after that, and he was clearly in pain. And, you know, Ehlers doesn't go out there and lay people out. He doesn't fight, but he's not a bitch. He's a tough player.
Right.
It's like, so seeing him go down like that, I was like, I'm worried about that. And it also sucks that it would happen to someone like him because Ehlers is a very gentlemanly player, too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like when the thing with, who was it? Mark Scheifele hit that one kid in the 2021 playoffs. What was his name? That played for Montreal. Jake Evans, I want to say it was. Did he hit him during the he hit him during the empty net, and then some discussions were taking place over Jake Evans laying on the ice, and Ehlers went and grabbed him and pulled him away from all that while everybody else was.
Well, I didn't realize that was Ehlers. I remember the clip. I don't remember that was
Yeah, Ehlers was the one who pulled him out from underneath the dog pile because Scheifele really kind of did him in.
Yeah, that was a dirty hit. There's no need to do that.
It's completely unnecessary at that point. He was pissed off. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Martinook beats the icing. Good job. I saw a video one time. I gotta find it again where someone sent it to me where Bennington tried to like go behind the net. And, oh shit.
Oh, I looked down.
That was a hell of a shot.
I looked down to grab a bite. Snuggeroo.
Yeah, so did Bossy.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a shot, though. That kid's good. I've always liked him.
Damn.
Got it past Slavin, too. Yeah, Martinook went for the poke. He got by him, and that was just a good play. Can't even be mad at that. That does not happen to Jacob Slavin very often.
Not at all. I was really impressed in that Edmonton game Friday night. Slavin, I mean, we saw it all the time in Olympics and Four Nation of him just completely owning McDavid. But even
he's
Friday
always done that. He has
everyone
always done that.
Played such a good job against them. Like Catherine Miller had such a great game in that too.
He did. Get there.
Oh, shot it over.
Oh, jeez. That was a bad turnover. That was a really bad turnover. All right, I'll be back in a second. I need to grab something else to drink.
All right.
You a good boy?
That was loud. I know.
But yeah, it's like there was one time, and I was at the game where it happened, where McDavid burned Slavin, and Canada celebrated. Like every single Canadian account I saw was posting that. They were like, "Oh, look at this!" I'm like, "Yeah, the one time that Connor McDavid's burned Jacob Slavin, and they've been playing about the same amount of time." Like, good job.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I hate about hockey, it's how offense is so celebrated and defense is so secondary, and it's only going to get worse in that regard. It's been going that way since two-line pass got removed.
I have noticed that. It's like no one talked about Slavin prior to the Four Nations, I feel like.
Yeah. And then whenever a lot of us were saying good things about him, they're like, oh, that's recency bias. I'm like, I've been watching this guy play for a decade. Like, what are you talking about, recency bias?
Yeah.
10 years of recency bias? I've been watching him play since, Carolina drafted him and he was at Colorado College. I've been watching him play.
Yeah.
See, I want to, one of these days I need to go look because I actually haven't taken the time to do it. I want to see what his numbers were like offensively with the Chicago Steel and wherever else he might have played before that, because I'm curious to know if he produced a lot before he came to the NHL. I mean, he doesn't need to. It's not his job.
Right. Just see numbers.
I'm just curious about it.
Good save, Bossy.
Hey Frank, you want a treat? I'll get you one at second intermission, okay? How's that sound? Yeah, he's just over here hanging out on the floor. I feel bad for him that his ear's bugging him, but yeah, that was a good save. Flashing the leather.
Man, he hasn't done it tonight though. He's just got to stay in that damn crease.
Yeah. When he comes out to play the puck, I get nervous. More nervous than I did when Kochekov did it. Because at least when Kochekov does it, he yells bonsai and he really goes for it. Bussy hesitates a little bit.
Yeah. I didn't watch the Calgary game. I had other stuff going on, but I saw he came out, and that's how they got one of their two.
Yeah, I went to bed before that one because I had to be up early the next day. I wasn't going to make it through that one.
Yeah.
No, you're giving him way too much. Gave him the neutral zone way too easy there. Stay with him, Jarv. Good job.
Yeah, second period, St. Louis.
That was such a good defensive play by Jarvis there, and that was just hard work too, where he stayed with Robert Thomas. And Bussy plays the puck successfully. All right, I'll take that. That was excellent. I actually didn't get nervous that time at all.
Came out properly.
Yeah. Because he had plenty of time and space to get away with that. So,
yeah.
Good block by Nikishin. Cut that pass off.
One shot this period compared to St. Louis's 5.
Yeah, you know, Freddie was working with him at practice the other day, so on the coming out to handle the puck and everything like that.
Yeah, that's what you need.
Yeah. I mean, I know I made that joke when Freddie made that one really stupid attempt at playing the puck during the last game. And I took that video and I quoted it, and I was like, maybe he's not the best guy for this after all, or something like that. Obviously, I was just joking around. Freddie's great to teach him that.
Yeah. And then what were your thoughts on excuse me, what were your thoughts on Carolina not getting that second goal, or just getting a new goal? Because I mean, I saw Bennington was being around, Sam was throwing around.
I'm fine with the goaltending situation. I'm not worried about that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I'm like, you know, it's like a lot of people were worried that the magic with Bussy was coming to an end, and that's not the way I look at it. I don't even look at it as him regressing to the mean, as some would say. No goalie goes on runs like that and it lasts forever. It doesn't matter how good they are. So it's like if his normal capacity is what he's doing tonight, for example, I'm good with it. That's enough to get it done for Carolina. It really is.
I agree.
Because they don't give up a ton of shots. They don't get scored on a whole lot. So, see, like Stankoven making plays like that is that's what I have confidence in. Right there, when he's got that time and space, how he button hooked there right when he was inside of the defensive blue line, made a heads up play. When he can do stuff like that, I've got no worries about him playing that position. It's when he's in tight and he's got 2 or 3 people defending against him when he's trying to work to the middle of the ice with the puck. That's when I worry about it. And that's not his fault. He's just doesn't have a ton of reach.
Yeah.
He made a bit of a mistake there, but I mean, don't get me wrong, Stankoven is night and day better at that position than he was when the season started. And I don't think he's ever been bad at
penalty though.
stuff like that. Like that's good. Like
Yeah.
I have no complaints about 90% of his game, and the one thing that I'm worried about is not anything that's necessarily his fault.
Yeah.
But that was his off puck route there was excellent.
Power play units got to go to work. Tie me up in a Keishan slapper.
You want to see another one?
Yeah.
Either that or like he's going to put the second unit out there and Jankowski's going to score again.
I don't mind it.
I don't either. I'll take all the heat. I got to keep doing this though because he keeps playing well.
He does. Better to be proven wrong for something like this, though. I just saw your tweet. I deserve credit for this.
I think I do.
Yeah. Yeah, so we still need Aho goal and then 2 assists. That'd be awesome to see him reach 700 tonight.
That's what I'm hoping for. And I think they'll wear St. Louis down as the game goes along. So
let's hope so, man. I'll tell you, though, it was just so humiliating sitting there for that 3-0 loss because by the end of the first period, it was 0-0. We were just not shooting the damn puck. So it was just like you knew something was going to happen. You knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, I was listening to that game on the radio because I was driving back from North Carolina that day. I had to go up there for not fun things. I know we talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was listening to that on the radio. First intermission came around. I was like, you know what? I'm going to treat myself. I've had kind of an annoying day. So I had cookout and I'm sitting there in the parking lot listening to the game and I'm like, I could tell it just wasn't going well.
It was terrible.
Mike and Walt were in the booth trying to be positive because Tripp wasn't there that night, so Walt Ruff was in there. And they were doing their best to make it positive, and I could just tell, like, this is not going well at all.
Yeah.
I was like, they're trying their best, but nah.
Bunch of Carolina fans there, though, which is kind of crazy to see.
Yeah, no, it's nice to see the the team, like the fans traveling to places and everything. There was one game I was at in 23-24 in Washington, and like I was surrounded by Canes fans. It was great.
Yeah.
And there, it's like my girlfriend was there with me, and a bunch of our friends were, and then there was some guy with a stupid haircut who kept like chirping me over his shoulder, and then when Burns scored the second power play goal, it was either Burns or Svechnikov scoring the second power play goal. And, I finally said something back to him, and he got up and he started walking out and he did like this towards me. Like he literally did this. And I'm like, and then I figured out why he was doing that. I had my hand up like this because when he got up, I thought he was going to, and I was like, all right, buddy. I mean, if you want to, I'm good with that. I wouldn't turn around and punch somebody in the row behind me when the seats are slanted like this, though, because you're at a disadvantage, especially when I'm already taller than you and I'm only 5'11".
Yeah. Damn. Yeah,
my friend Kevin.
What was up?
My friend Kevin, he's a Cavs fan, but he like I'm chirping this guy as he's running up the stairs, and Kevin grabs me by my shoulders and he's like starts tapping me. He's like, "Okay, buddy, good job. It's over." I was like, "All right, I'm good."
Oh, they called that offside. Oh, it's on to me. Granted, I'm looking at a very small screen, but
I'll have to go back and see it again. I missed it. I was looking over here.
Yeah. Back in I think it was 23-24. It was Jake Gunsel's one of his I think it was Jake Gunsel's second or third game for Carolina. They started like a little Midwest road trip. It was like Carolina or St. Louis, Chicago, Columbus, and then they played somewhere else in the Midwest after that. But there were so many Carolina fans. By the end of the game, it was, I'd say 60% of the Enterprise Center was Carolina because all the Blues fans had left, and it was just wild to see. I mean, yeah, I was surrounded by Hurricane fans everywhere too.
Yeah,
Just good to see.
when I went to see him play in Pittsburgh last season near the beginning of the season, I actually saw Jackson Blake score his first goal. Um,
Hmm.
there were a lot of Canes fans there. Like it didn't make up the entire crowd, but there was enough of them to make some noise.
Yeah.
That's actually a really nice arena. I really liked it.
You said in Pittsburgh?
Yeah. So yeah, I went to Pittsburgh and Florida both last season. Florida's got a nice arena too.
Was it filled though, or was it
It was kind of
yeah.
filled, but it's also very quiet. It's a quiet building.
Oh, I've noticed. I
Like
just can't stand them.
I can't either.
Yeah.
Like I know a few Florida fans that are like legit, but like a lot of them are just kind of like they just show up and talk shit. And I'm like, hey, does the name Van Beesbrook ring a bell? What about Jokinen? Bure? Do you know any of those people? No? Then shut the fuck up.
Right.
Like, how do they not know who Oli freaking Jokinen is?
Like people not knowing fan bases. It's San Jose fans not knowing who Brent Burns is. And it's like even that I don't even understand how that's possible. And you know exactly what I'm talking about because you've seen it.
They're like, oh, Brent Burns was a Shark. I'm like, yeah, for a little while, yeah, he was.
Almost his entire career outside of maybe the last 3 or 4 now.
And then like he spent the first 3, I think it was in Minnesota or whatever it was because they drafted him. And
he was Minnesota for like 2, and then Sharks for what, like 15?
Yeah, he was there for a long time. And then I remember a bunch of people were like, "Oh, I didn't know he was drafted as a forward." I'm like, "Come on, bro."
Yeah,
that's a well documented thing. Like he's one of the few players in the league who actually has ever done that.
Yeah, just swapped. Yeah. Yeah, it's just that certain community in the NHL right now. A24 left. Yeah, there's been really nothing.
That's where I'm at.
This period.
Yeah, this period slowed down a little bit compared to what it was before.
Yeah. And I feel like the Blues, like just hearing about stuff like the Islander game, they're up. What was it, 3-? Might have been 3-0 and they've choked. They start off really fast, or they have recently, ever since the deadline or Olympic. Yeah, no, I mean deadline. Ever since the deadline, they've just been starting off games really hot.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously today they did not, but second they've looked great. Carolina's done nothing, just completely shut Carolina down.
Gap up on him. Oh, Adam, if you're asking what the score is, it is 1-1. Shots are 17-9 favoring Carolina. There is 7:21 remaining in the second period. Mark Jankowski scored for Carolina, and Jimmy Snuggerud scored for St. Louis. Good stick by Ehlers. And it didn't get out. Oh, that sucks. See, that's another thing with Key and the physicality there. Like, you don't have to, absolutely... Jordo, whoa. That was a great move.
I guess I'm still like a few seconds ahead of you. I thought I would paused it. All right. I just paused for like 5 seconds. If that's not good, we can do it at next.
6:45 right now.
Yeah, spot on.
Okay, cool.
Reading us some comments right now, and Rylan Govero says, "Let's get some devil love in the chat."
I have suspended Devil's hatred temporarily thanks to what Jack Hughes accomplished for the United States of America, but if you think that's going to last forever, you are sorely mistaken. But he might know my buddy JJ Devil's Joint. He's one of my favorite people on here. Absolutely love that guy. Him and I have become really good friends. Eventually he's gonna come to Carolina, and we're gonna go to a game when the Devils are in town. I'm gonna have to protect him though. I already know it. I'm gonna be like, no, he's cool. He's cool. He's with me. He's cool. But no, the fact that Jack Hughes scored that goal, and two, the way he conducted himself after, I don't hate him as much as I used. I never really hated him. I hated the weirdo book talk puck bunny people. But now they're acting like he abandoned them. I'm like, bro, he didn't even know who you were.
If anything, he doesn't know who anyone is, right?
He was trying to actively avoid your existence, if anything, because the last girl he was dating when he was at the Stadium Series game, they found out her address and started harassing her.
That.
Yeah, that actually happened. Like, me and JJ talked about that a lot. I was like,
wait, really? Illness, man. That's just a mental illness.
Well, see, now they've got their new poster children are now, Jack Hughes is old news now. Yeah. All of a sudden, JJ does know you? Okay, cool. But like, they're old news now anyway. They've aged out now. It's Celebrini and Slavkovsky and Bedard and like that. And now all of a sudden, like, they were talking about how much they love Jack Hughes, how cute he is, and all this other stuff. Now all of a sudden, there's 3 spots of acne on his face. He's ugly.
Yeah.
So, like, wow. Okay.
The Celebrini stuff, I saw one the other day. There's like it's a weird Instagram account. It like shows the followings of everyone. And it's that Celebrini followed Kai Trump.
Oh, and they lost it over that. Yeah. I was like, so 20-year-old guy follows 18-year-old, very attractive 18-year-old girl.
Ooh.
And this is nothing new. This has been going on since the beginning of time. Like, it's just now we have the internet. Like,
right. I will say that account, the tracking Instagram, that is a weird thing, but
I don't know why that's a thing. I don't like that at all.
Yeah. I think it's all AI too. Like, I don't think it's a real person running it.
No, it's not. What they do is they like write a code or a script to get that to work.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it's a thing though. I don't care.
Bizarre.
Like, the amount of stuff that people know about the players' personal lives is like,
that's way too much.
It is. Like, okay, so for example, when Aho's wife was pregnant with their daughter, someone took a picture of her at a game and like cropped out her head and posted it and said, yeah, that's his wife right there. I cropped out her head out of respect for her because I know that she's a private person. I'm like, then why'd you post a picture of her in the first place then, you creep?
Right.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, that does not make any... That's terrible.
Yeah, it's like, bro, what are you how do you even know what she looks like if she's that private of a person? I didn't even know what she looked like until the Olympics. They showed her in the crowd with Aho's parents, Hari and Lena.
Like, I still don't even think I could... I don't even know what she looks like. I mean, there's no business. Not, like,
yeah, it's like, it's not my business.
She should be private.
Sean Walker fires at dead center yet again.
Yeah. He had a wide open lane, too.
Yeah. I hate that he doesn't have a little bit better shot placement because he's got a good shot, Walker does.
Yeah.
I just hate that he didn't work out on the power play because I was banging that drum for a long time to try him on the power play, and then when he was on it, he kind of sucked, and I was like, okay, maybe that's not going to work after all.
Yeah. Yeah, hockey culture is just getting way too weird.
Yeah, it is. It's just like, well, see, I talked about this. So after the whole, after the Olympics, when the really bad stuff was being said about certain players needing to be eliminated.
Yep.
And that was that, putting it lightly, some of the stuff they were saying. I was talking about, I'll talk about it more at the intermission because it's actually a pretty extensive topic. But there was, I noticed this stuff happening a long time ago. So like in the SPHL, one of the cool things about a league like that, when it's like the fans and the players, there's not a whole lot of separation. I mean, it's got its downsides, which is what I'm about to talk about here. All right, Ryan, I'll see you later, buddy. But like the whole thing about it is, I remember seeing stuff like back then, like they had meet and greets, right, where you could go meet the players after games and get
Yeah.
autographs signed and everything like that, which was really cool. But I was already noticing some of the weird stalkerish behavior then, and I was a kid. And now I'm an adult. It's 20 years later, and it's 20 times at a minimum, 20 times worse now. But like
Yeah.
the whole making weird signs at games and,
Oh,
you
it's
know,
terrible.
follow.
I hate that so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at the point where I'm like, I think, you know, I've never made a sign in my whole life, even when I was a kid, and I never will. But I'm like, I'm at the point where I kind of wish they just wouldn't allow it anymore
Right.
because the stuff that's being written on them is like,
It's disgusting.
yeah, I'm like, I don't get it.
What is it like? Boy aquarium or what? Oh, my mic. Boy
Oh,
aquarium. I
the
saw
first time I
Soul.
heard that phrase, I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Right.
If we went to a PWHL game and called it the Girl Aquarium, we wouldn't leave alive.
Oh, we would not.
We'd have our eyeballs clawed out. Like, get the fuck out of here.
It's all because of the one show, man.
Oh no, it was already going on before that. Like,
Was it?
yeah,
Okay.
the books and like the
Oh,
stuff I witnessed a long
don't
time
even get me
ago.
started on that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's been
I
a
know
thing
what
for
it
a
was.
while.
Yeah. Delayed penalty. I didn't even see what it was.
It is a holding call on
St. Louis. I couldn't even tell you who that is now.
You know what I almost accidentally said because of the number he's wearing?
What was that?
I almost said Bortuzzo because of the number.
Oh yeah, 41.
Because that's who I started to say. I'm like, wait, no, that's definitely not him. Good job by Carrier to draw that penalty, though.
Let's get Nikish. Let's cue him up for something.
Yeah, I want to see a Nikishin goal with an Aho assist.
I need Aho. I just need Aho to do something. That would be awesome.
I think he's. Oh, Rod started the second unit, so.
Same at the end, I
Key's
guess.
out there. Yeah, the other guys had already been out there, so I guess he's gonna give them the back half of the power play if he gets a chance to put them out there. Good cycle here. See, the entries on the second unit are really good. Like, there's a lot of speed there. And they coughed it up in the zone there. Let's see, second unit's going to stay out, I guess. Yep.
Second unit's out. Blake. So hard to tell. I just cannot see any numbers. Like, if I don't know players' names for. That's a good look.
That rolled off of his stick. Otherwise, Blake probably would have put that in the net. The passing there was great. The cycling of the puck there was really good. I don't think the first unit's going to get it. Oh, nope, they're coming over the boards now. They're not.
Yeah, they're coming out now. Still not going to have that much time to work, though.
No. Good entry.
Aho has it.
Keep it. Okay. Even though he fumbled it, at least he got back. He didn't try and make something out of it after he'd already lost it, so. But that's Slavin for you. He's not going to make mistakes like that to begin with.
Got nothing on that. Did we even get it? One shot attempt?
No. I don't think they got a shot on goal during that entire thing. Yeah, it sucks that was kind of a bad showing there by power play too, because I think they've been really good. Bossy, get up.
Oh man, I did not like that.
Out. Good job. See, I want to see more of that from Chatfield. one of the
Yeah.
reasons I haven't liked the Slavin and Chatfield pairing is because they're both really defensively minded, so they're always parallel with each other. Or not always, but a lot of the time. And then when Slavin's been with his partners of the past, like Burns and, D'Angelo and all those guys, they had a propensity to get up ice a little bit faster. And it was easier for him to, make those outlet passes and get him out of the zone because it gave you a quicker or gave you another option further up the ice.
Yeah.
Chatfield doesn't really do that because he plays kind of a similar game to Slavin in that regard, but that time he was already up ice, and that made that exit happen a lot easier. Put that in, Jordo.
Tough angle.
Yeah.
Chatfield just fell down. 5 seconds, beat the buzzer.
Carrier tried his damnedest to.
Well, all right. 1-1 after 2.
That and, this is going to be kind of conspiratorial, but then maybe it's subconscious. I wouldn't be surprised if the Canes are, backing off a little bit, trying to save it for the postseason.
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame them.
If that's the case, why aren't the Blues tanking? Because they're not going to do anything.
I mean, I guess they don't. I don't know. Well, see, the thing is, maybe they're trying to do ethical tanking. That's a term I've heard a lot this year.
Because, I mean, they're, I think they have the second highest odds outside. I think, is it Vancouver? Yeah, Vancouver.
Yeah, something like that.
As long as he just doesn't go to New York, I could care less.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind Vancouver getting McKenna, and I think Pettersson's going to go to LA anyway. I really do. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up in Carolina. I'm not the biggest fan of that idea.
No, I'm good.
That being said, if Pettersson came here and played at the capacity that we know he's capable of,
Then that would work out.
Yeah, see, if he did that, this team wins a cup.
But we haven't.
That's a big damn if.
Yeah, we haven't also seen that.
2-3 years.
Yeah, I just don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't either. But if he could play at that capacity, because there's been times where I've watched Vancouver's probably the closest thing I have to a legitimate second favorite team.
Valid.
And I'd watched him play a lot there, and I watched it a few times this year and took notes on him. I did at least one time I remember doing so live, and I'm like, it's there's times where it looks like he takes part of a shift off, but if he is 120% engaged, he's a difference-making player. He really is. The problem with it is it's that, and then the thing that amplifies that particular issue is that contract. If it wasn't for the contract, I'd be a lot more open to bringing him to Carolina. But that's what scares me more than anything. And with the amount of term that's left on that, there's 0% chance Vancouver retains any money on that.
No, that's entirely valid. It's just the last 2-3 years, he's just been so lazy. He wants out of Vancouver, but if he keeps doing that, it's just not. No one's gonna want him. And yeah, if we saw his full potential in Carolina, that would just be great. But it's not worth doing the gamble for getting someone no better than Stink. I mean, I think Stink's better than Pettersson, honestly, but it's just not worth it. It's just not worth the gamble.
Yeah. I mean, it's such a risky thing to undertake. If you bring him to Carolina and he works out, Carolina wins a cup.
Yeah.
If you bring him to Carolina and it doesn't work out, Carolina never wins a cup, and they effectively shut the window on their own fingers.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's either it's a coin toss of whichever one you would get. That's where I have a problem. And I don't know if there's anybody on the team who knows him or is friends with him that could potentially, kind of maybe gauge where that's at. But I'd be reluctant to go that route because I think part of the reason that, I've got nothing to back this up, it's just speculation on my part. I think part of the reason why they felt safe acquiring Mikko Rantanen at the time that they did, I thought maybe they had talked to Aho about it already, about maybe trying to bring him in and how much that would help. So I thought maybe that had something to do with it because, he knows Aho, he knows Kokoniemi, and, maybe that was a factor.
Yeah, that was just so weird seeing Mikko Rantanen just talk about being a fever dream, and that's what I describe anything of Mikko Rantanen in Carolina.
Yeah. And I remember explicitly, like, so I remember that I saw something about the Taylor Hall trade happening. So I went live.
Yeah,
And then that's when I started seeing stuff about Miko ranting, and I'm like, no way. No, this is actually going to happen. Me, AB, Griff, and both Sams from Caniac Report were all on my stream at the same time.
yeah,
And we were absolutely elated that that had happened. And then, he just didn't have a very good attitude about being here, and the rest is history. So,
yeah. I was
but
in
this,
DC actually when that happened.
yeah, dude, this would have been his franchise, though. He would have been the face of it. He really would have.
He would have been the superstar. I mean, I'm not saying Aho's not a superstar, but he would have been the true superstar we've been looking for.
Yeah, and I mean, the points are what turns people's heads more than
Yeah,
anything. Like, it's kind of like, it's like if I point out three or four things that, it's blasphemy to say this to anybody, but there's three or four things in Aho's game I could point out that he does better than Connor McDavid. And then people immediately hit you, Connor McDavid's the best player alive. Okay, I'm not saying he's not.
right.
I'm just saying there are certain things that Aho is better at than him, particularly on the defensive side of the game. Oh, that doesn't matter. He scores enough. I'm like, I agree. I'm saying in isolation, there are certain things defensively Aho is better at than Connor McDavid is.
Right.
And that's a hard thing to prove because defense is one of those things that no matter how hard people try, you cannot put numerical value on it. It's just you can't do it.
Yeah. Also, check
Especially,
your DMs real quick.
okay.
It's a little funny story.
Yeah, good thing you got out of that, bud.
Yeah.
So you're gonna call me crazy for this, but it's been good for me. Being with a girl who's not super into sports has been great because I've kind of it's been awesome because like I get to have my own thing, and like she goes to games with me, she'll watch games with me sometimes, but like it's my thing. It's like I
Right.
get to have my own space with it and everything like that, which has been nice for me because in the past when I've dated girls who are into sports like I am, I'm kind of like, this is too much of this in one under one roof. I can't do this.
Yeah.
I'm enough on my own. I don't need any of that.
That was just weird.
But yeah, her and the girl before her were not big sports. Were not big sports people at all. So that was nice. Because my last serious girlfriend was a Caps and a Nats fan, so that was yeah. Let's see, I dated a Flyers fan at one point,
Jeez.
but that's when the Canes were bad, so it didn't
Oh,
matter.
so Flyers though.
I dated a Bruins fan one time. Uh, let's see. And there was another one who was like passively a Penguins fan, but she wasn't super into it. She was just kind of hockey fan in name only.
Yeah.
She was in that case though, so she didn't need to be fanatical about a sport. She had enough going on up here that wasn't. The hamster was running really fast in her
Yeah.
brain.
Not dealing with a full deck.
No, she wasn't. But I mean, apparently that's what I was into back then.
We Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, I was like, I didn't think about, oh, is this girl intelligent? Would she be fun to be around? Do I want to spend the rest of my life with her? I was kind of like, oh, okay, she's good looking. All right, I'll take it. Like it was just
Yeah.
dumbest mentality. I mean, we all go through that though when we're in our 20s, so it's like,
Tell me about it.
but yeah, my choices back then were not good at all. I couldn't hit water if I fell out of a boat in that category.
Yeah. We've all had our rough little stretches though. It'd still be cool to see Aho get 2 goals in the third, or just a goal and then 2 assists. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be hard to do it in the third.
I just want him to get 3 points. I don't care how he does it. It would be cool to see him do it tonight.
Oh, that'd be all, especially against St. Louis. Just for me.
Just for you.
Right.
All right, so I'm going to put this on to take a break real quick. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Sounds good.
3:30. We'll finish up the third period here, and then I'm gonna go to bed probably immediately because I'm starting to get tired. Today was leg day. I really wore myself out.
Yeah. Sat at home or sat in the dorm watching Mizzou lose to Kentucky. Naturally,
Baseball.
Basketball.
Okay.
Yeah, right on the height of the SEC tournament.
Are you playing any sports there?
No, I'm not athletic at all. That's out of intramurals.
That's better than nothing, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have been happy just. I don't know if I told you about it, but I actually tried out for an ACHA team in August.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the college I go to had an agreement with the Citadel about having players on their team. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. I mean, them prior service, maybe they'll cut me a break on the fees and everything like that."
Yeah.
And this was before I got into as good a shape as I am now, even though I got a long way to go before I'm really like truly happy with it. I made it through the first drill, and the second one started, my back seized up on me and I couldn't keep my skates flat. I tried to keep going, and then I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So I haven't ruled out trying again this year because I've lost a lot more weight since then.
Yeah, definitely give it a go.
Yeah, like if they still have that agreement, I don't know if they do or not. I won't know for a few more months, but I'm in a better position to maybe make it now than I did, even though I'd be the seventh defenseman on that team, which I'm fine with. I just want to be there if I could.
Yeah.
All right, third period starting up.
Yep, here we go.
But yeah, I would have been happy just to do that. That would have been an accomplishment for me, especially considering I only played like disorganized pickup hockey when I was growing up because they didn't have a house league and I couldn't afford to play travel. So
Yeah. I mean, hockey in St. Louis, at least, it's everywhere. Like, I didn't necessarily play growing up that much, but just it's everywhere you look.
yeah,
You can get on a team.
I mean, I started out with rollerblades and a broom and a roll of electrical tape. That's how I started playing hockey.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yep. Maybe that's why I'm so bad at shooting, since I started with a broom.
Never tried shooting with a broom.
It's not easy.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. Maybe that's why my poke checking is so good, though, from using the broom. Yeah, because that's literally how I started out. I'd shoot it into an empty shoot the roll of electrical tape into an empty cat litter bucket with a broom on a pair of rollerblades. That's how I started.
Yeah, gets you there. It gets you there, though.
Yeah, and then I got my first co-host street hockey stick later that year for Christmas.
Yep.
I got a real pair of gloves. Ghost fetch. I love seeing him make plays like that though, off the face-off. He was really explosive there. Slavin's a little bit off tonight, I'm afraid. He's not playing bad. He's just not as good as he normally is, right? And then he blocks a shot. See, it works every time. I wasn't even being rude about it. I can never say anything negative about Jacob Slavin, though. He's my favorite player. So.
Not at all. I mean, he's just done so much.
Even later in life, when he slows down a little bit, he'll still be a reliable second and third pair guy and a penalty killer.
Yeah.
And he'll be a reliable player until the day he's done.
That's all you can ask for out of a player like him, though.
Well, I mean, that's part of the reason why they got Key, though, is they know that inevitably they have to prepare for that. And same thing with Nikish, and they have... You don't just replace someone like Jacob Slavin with just one player.
Right.
Anytime you can replace one player with two, it's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember. Do you remember a guy named Nick Valine?
The name?
Probably before your time.
Yeah, I what's that rings a bell, but that honestly just does not ring a bell.
So
Nick Valine.
he was on the Cup team, and I think he played for Carolina up until 2010 before he went to San Jose.
Okay.
And he was like Jacob Slavin before Jacob Slavin. Just the not super physical, but very defensively responsible, good at poke checking,
Yeah.
great gap control type of defenseman. he didn't stand out as much because there were a lot of defensemen like that back then.
Delay.
But
Yeah.
Nick Volleen was one of those guys I tried to model my game after.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know, my friend Sam said it really well one time, and I've used this phrase ever since. He was like Jacob Slavin before Jacob Slavin, up to and including scoring clutch goals at times in the playoffs when no one was expecting it. Like, and he almost never put up offense at all. But when he did, it was like, oh, great, delayed penalty.
Yep.
Okay, they touched it up. But yeah, he was like Jacob Slavin before Jacob Slavin, and it was that was one of the guys I really tried to model my game after because I knew I was never going to be one of those like speedy type of forwards or anything like that. It just wasn't in the cards for me.
Yeah. Interference
That,
on was that Blake?
that yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Or no, it's Riley.
That's right.
It's,
I just couldn't see face.
yeah, that's a penalty. I can't argue with that one. That's a penalty all day.
Yeah, hopefully Gossesbear can come back soon.
If they shut him down until the playoffs, I don't care.
That's bad. Yeah. I mean, in my opinion, I think
pre-
we got the Metro on lock. Like,
I was
yeah.
prepared to go the entire season without Jacob Slavin if that meant he was ready for the playoffs.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, but the playoffs are what you plan for now. So,
Yeah.
because I'm not worried about this team missing the playoffs for like. I mean, eventually they're going to have a season where just nothing goes their way and they're going to miss. But in the next 4 to 5, I'm not worried about them really missing it because they're not good enough. I would be more worried about them missing it because of a bunch of injuries. That's what worried me at the beginning of the season. But like the blue line depth that Carolina has really came in handy during all that. Like
Right.
Nystrom, Legault. Like Legault's got to stop punching skate blades, but other than that, he's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, the defensive depth there really got them through that time.
We've had 2 power plays right yet, too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Bobby, if you just look at the depth chart that the Chicago Wolves have, that is a cheat code AHL defense. Nystrom, Legault, Seeley, Fensori, that defense down in Chicago is stacked. It's not even fair how good that is for an AHL team.
Oh, get that out.
Yeah, that's got to
Brutal. There you go.
That sucks.
That hit off a Sheffield, it looks like.
No, it was Stahl. Like, Martinook was trying to clear it over his shoulder, and he just accidentally caught him.
No.
He was just trying to get it out any way he could, and he accidentally did that. Get clear. Man, I love watching Aho kill penalties.
Yeah.
Just because he does stuff like that. He's so damn good at it. I mean, Brendan Moore made him good at that.
Made him who he is. Just got to get 3
really
points.
Did.
Just got to get 3 points, though. That's all
if he got one shorthanded, that would be it's like I can definitely see him getting his 700th point on a shorthanded situation, like him doing it shorthanded. I really could.
Yeah.
Because he's always impressed me shorthanded even before he started playing center. They had him there a little bit when he was still a winger. They started him out over there for a little bit. But yeah, it's like if it wasn't for Brendan Moore, Aho would not be as good of a player as he is. Go, Jarvie, go. Go, 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 go.
Oh, man. Bennington just robbed him, man.
Damn. That was just... I got to tip the cap to that one. That was a good save.
Just as we were talking about, too, for Aho.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Bossy has been much smarter about playing the puck in this game so far, so that little That little session with Freddie seems to already be paying some dividends.
Yeah. I mean, he's only came out of a net once, and it was just to clear that on the power play earlier in the
Yeah.
second. Yeah, let's see this. Oh, Benner.
If Aho had lifted the puck a little bit more, but I mean, that was just a good. That was just a damn good save, man.
Nine seconds left. Man, that's brutal. Yeah, that was a great save on Benner. Or by Benner. Well, good kill. I don't think they got a shot. Yeah, 0 shots on goal.
That is a textbook Carolina Hurricanes penalty kill there. Don't allow any shots on goal and generate a chance while you're at it.
It's good with me though.
Yeah, that's one thing I've always loved about this team is how well they play shorthanded.
Completely.
You know, it's like my criticisms of Brendan Moore at times, they're very micro compared to all the good things he's done. It's a lot more macro, all the things that I really like about him.
Yeah.
So it's like there's been people that have outright accused me of hating him. I'm like, no. And then there's also been people like, why do you want him fired? And I'm like, I never said that because I don't believe it either.
Yeah.
But they just took times where I say, hey, I think he did this wrong. Why do you want him fired? I'm like, that's not what I said.
Criticism does not mean you want him gone.
No, not at all. I want him to win as a coach here. Nothing would make me happier than that. Yeah, PK's Gleason Smokey, but I just mean in general. Oh God, good save, boss. Y'all got to help him out here, man. They're cycling the.
Yeah, they're rocking him right now.
Out, out, out. Thank you. Good puck pursuit there by Blake. Keep that forecheck up.
A little under 13, or a little under 14.
Yep, that's where I'm at. See, that was a good job by Stankoven there, stepping up when he did in the neutral zone to kill that play. Like, there's a lot more good than bad to his game, man. I'm just worried about how it's going to translate in the playoffs.
Right. Shoot that.
Damn.
Also, I'll say that Pittsburgh game the other night, that was the most predictable thing I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I fell asleep before the third period started. I tried my best to stay awake to see the end of it, but I got up at 4:40 that morning, so I was exhausted.
Yeah, I mean, it was just the third period going into it. Like I didn't directly see because I also wasn't paying attention, but like Freddie attempted a goalie goal. He didn't like go out of the crease fully, but he wanted to. He was looking down, and then we immediately just choke it. So it's just like that. It was just way too predictable, and they just got to work on that stuff because if you do that in the playoffs, you're not going to win that in overtime. Or at least in my opinion.
No, that was a great job by Aho to even get that shot through there that they showed on the replay. Like that's what I want to see. I want to see that selfishness out of him because that's going to translate over the course of time to where he's scoring more. Because if you ask me, his best season was still the 19-20 shortened season, and he had almost 40 goals that year, and that was with because he had 38 that year, and that was with 14 games left when it stopped because of the virus that didn't come from a lab in China. So,
Wuhan. It just makes you wonder if they played that season full out. If COVID never happened, what would have that team done?
So my personal belief, I'm going to get laughed at for this. I thought they were going to win that year.
Really?
Dead ass serious. I legitimately thought they were going to win the cup that year. I really did. Like, not at first, but after the trade deadline, once they got Trocheck, Montanen, and Shea, I'm like, all right, this team's serious. Like, they might actually win. And
every St. Louis fan that you know would say the exact same thing. I mean, they look great in that 2020 season, but that's just funny.
Yeah, but no, I legitimately thought Carolina was going to win that year. I really did.
Yeah.
I was absolutely convinced they were going to. And then when the thing happened, I was kind of like, Well, that's going to change everything. But like, I was really excited about the direction that team was going in after the trade deadline. I
Yeah,
was like, I was like, okay, they're for real. They're legit trying to win.
I think I saw one of the last hockey games because we played in St. Louis like a week or two before everything shut down. That was like
Hmm.
the last thing I did before COVID was see Carolina play St. Louis.
Yeah, the last game I went to before that was Carolina played Montreal on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I want to say it was New Year's Eve, and I was at that one.
Yeah, yeah, it just makes you wonder.
Yeah, I felt really good about that team that year, man. I really did. I, I felt good about the team twice that year and 22-23. That's the two times I legitimately thought they were going to win. But like I talked about when we did the show on the first game of the season, I legitimately believe it's. I don't think it's this year. I think a completely unchanged roster of this team wins next year. I really do because that's when Miller takes another step, Nikishin takes another step, Blake takes another step, Stankoven takes another step. You've got the goaltending seemingly somewhat figured out now, and you got Martinook and Stahl emptying the tank to get it done before their contracts are up. So that's when I think it. If it doesn't happen this year, I think it's going to be next year. But I've maintained that position for a while because in when the roster turnover happened in 23-24, I remember they a lot of people thought the sky was falling. I'm like, no, this team's still going to be good. They're not going to get it done like this, but this is going to be good. And I thought it's like, all right, they're on the clock now. 2 to 3 seasons from now, it'll get done. That's what
Yeah,
I always thought. So I think the team next year is the one that will actually do it.
I hope, man. I just hope.
Yeah, I don't think they'll win this year unless, well, one, if they stay healthy and get some bracket luck, they can win this year. But I'm not entirely convinced that, like, if they did make it to the finals, that they'd get absolutely crushed by Colorado. There's a way they could win that series because Colorado's power play kind of sucks, and Carolina's penalty kill is really good. Carolina's power play has been getting progressively better over the season. You know, if it comes down to special teams net positive, theoretically Carolina could win that series.
Man, things
It, it
I
just it would be brutal though, but it could happen.
I mean, if you make it that far, anything's possible.
Yeah, I think we've all just got ECF paranoia. I
Yeah,
think that's what it is more than anything. If they get past that, I think that there won't be a negative thing said about this team again for a long time by much of anybody. I think that's the one thing that just everyone will take a deep breath once they get past. Or, I mean, hell, they don't even have to win; just make it interesting. You know,
don't. Yeah,
if they lose a hard fought 7 games, I'm not going to be upset about it.
no, just don't
I'm
get
just tired of
embarrassed in
getting
4 or 5.
embarrassed. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I mean, hell, when they got swept, it was less embarrassing than what happened last season.
At least all 4 of those games, there was not a single blowout. It was all an overtime loss where we lost by 1 goal and fought until the last second.
Yeah,
Our game,
and
game 4 was extremely embarrassing. The last minute of the game, but
yeah, and that call on Jordo was horse shit
no, that
anyway.
was terrible.
They just wanted the series to be over. That's all it was.
Yeah, no, that was terrible.
Like, I understand it was pretty much a foregone conclusion after game 3, but like
You
I
can't.
remember at the end of game 3, KK was in there in the tunnel and he was bashing his stick over
Yep,
something and broke it, and I was just
yep.
sitting there quiet. I'm like, yeah, they're done.
I use
I
that
knew it
clip all
then.
the time, just on random tweets.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones to use, even though that was a. I've never been disappointed again since that season because that was the one where I really really thought they had it, and then like for it to end that way. And the thing about it is, I think part of the reason that season was so important to me on an individual level. Okay, that was just a really good takeaway. Key, don't get a penalty, please.
You got ahead of me. That's weird. Okay, we're good.
A lot more north south right now in this period than there was
Oh
before.
yeah, back and forth.
But yeah, it's just I hadn't made it to a game in a couple of years, and then I went to opening night in 22-23, and then I didn't. Then I went to the Stadium Series. I was at Game 5 when they beat the Devils, so like I was hype that year, dude. I really thought they
Yeah.
were gonna get it done.
Yeah.
Go, Robbie. Hey, lost it. Go ahead, Jank. Go ahead. Just get another one. Go ahead.
I'd be fine with a jank game-winning goal, though. I'd be fine with that.
I'd be totally fine with that too. I'm cool with it. Light
Yeah,
my
that is.
timeline up. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is a little too nerve-wracking
Yeah.
for, against the 30th team in the league.
Yeah, but post trade deadline, they're not playing with any pressure though.
No, they know what they're worth.
And see, the thing is, I like a lot of the players on St. Louis. Like, I really like Jake Neighbors. I like Snuggerud. Obviously, I like Thomas. At least they got it on net, though they didn't ice it. But yeah, Carolina's not doing much when they have possession of the puck here. Shut that. Oh, God, please don't tell me that's a penalty. Okay, it's not. All right. Might have got away with one there.
What time are you at?
7:41.
Oh, wow. Okay. I got to
Damn,
pause it.
Blake. Yeah, I'm hoping in the offseason, though, regardless of what happens, they make some sort of like big swing, like get Brady Kachuk or something.
They
I know
need
that's unlikely.
one
But
last piece, in my
yeah,
opinion.
I would feel a lot better about Stankoven playing center if there was someone else with some size to throw on the line with him.
Yeah.
So, like, if you got Brady Kachuk, if you want, you could put him with Aho and Jarvis and drop Svechnikov down to Stankoven and Blake's line, and I would feel a lot better about that. It's like something, just anything different. But yeah, Smokey, they straight up missed. They straight up missed that trip. Good stick by Slavin that they're showing in that replay there. That stick that he's got, I'm thinking that might be my next one, the Vapor Flylight.
Yeah.
Because I've got 4 of them, but I already know when I start breaking them, when it rains, it pours. I probably got to go up to a 95 flex too because I put some muscle back on. So like I'm going to start disintegrating sticks like I used to here before too much longer.
Yeah. It's just going to be a nice price. Good pretty penny on that.
Well, the cool thing about it is with me working at the store and having like the Bauer affiliate stuff and everything like that, and then I've got another thing with CCM that I have to do the paperwork for. I can get a lot of my stuff at a discount.
Oh, that's nice, Todd.
I need new pants too because like I have to pull mine up every time I go back to the bench because I've lost so much weight that I can't keep them on my damn waist. Like I'm gonna try and get like some reinforced stitching done in them and run a new belt through them and see if that'll hold them up. But it's like they're just not staying up anymore.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, I'm not upset about that. But what's annoying is my old pants, I'm not small enough to fit into them yet. That's what's aggravating.
Yeah.
Because I got my old mediums that I would like to get back into, but I'm a long way off from that. Good move, Jarvis. Through the neutral zone. Holds up, throws it around. Stuff it in, Fishy. That, excellent play. Hate that they didn't score, but I liked everything that they did there. Because, see, Carolina, there was a long time where they would go into the offensive zone and the offense would just die on somebody's stick. They were a lot more patient with it there, cycling the puck around, moving around the perimeter, and then Aho jumped in, going towards the front of the net at the right time.
Yeah, Bennington has been playing lights out tonight, I will say.
Well, I mean, it's against Carolina. Carolina turns everybody into a Vezina candidate.
Yeah, that is true.
It's just everyone's got their gimmick and their meme, and that's just kind of ours.
Yeah. I saw I think you reposted it. We have the best record against like top half of the league though, which is awesome to see.
Yeah, Katie posted that and I reposted it, yeah.
That's good to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, final 6 minutes. There's been nothing this third period, man. I don't care how we get it done. I need this win more than anything else right now.
Yeah, and I just want to get it in regulation so I can call it a night because I'm
Valid.
exhausted. Like I said, I did legs. I came home and started doing schoolwork, and now I'm just
Yeah. It's only 8:30 here though, which is nice. Don't have to call it quits right after.
yeah. Saturday is going to be the game I'm watching a lot, though.
What time is that? Was that a 7:30
I think that's a
Eastern time?
7 o'clock one. Yeah, I'll tell you in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, if I can remember how to unlock my damn phone, I'll do it at the next stoppage of play, and there it is. But that one I will be watching very closely.
I'm gonna try to catch some time. I'm going to a baseball game Saturday night for Mizzou, but
Okay, cool.
I'll just throw it on my phone. Back in that in. You just gotta pepper Bennington. That's how you beat them. You just gotta start
7 o'clock on Saturday. That's when they're
all
in
right,
Tampa.
6 here. Baseball game's at 4. I can catch the end of it if I'm back here. If not, I'll just watch it on my phone.
You watch any of the World Baseball Classic this year?
I've just been watching bits and pieces of it. Like,
That's
if it's
all I've
going
been
on, I
doing.
got nothing better to do. I'll throw it on. I saw the U.S. lost to Italy, though, which is really embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I hate to say it, since the Cardinals just absolutely blow now, like, I just have not been excited for baseball, really.
See, I don't know if I should be or not for the Braves. I'm like, part of me says that they're going to be good again and that, it's just injuries did them in last year and the year before that. And then I'm kind of like, or maybe they're kind of at the end of their run. I don't want to believe the latter, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to see how they do. I was hoping they'd get another pitcher.
I mean, damn.
God, that was just a good hit.
That was a big hit, yeah.
That was a perfectly clean. That was just a damn good hit.
Yeah, he got rocked.
It got right back up, but like,
who was it? Who got hit?
That was Ehlers that got laid out like that. But that was that hit was perfect. I can't even be mad at that, man. That's just when you want to show the kids what they need to do to play a good, clean, open ice hit. That was it. Oh, see, I was in Florida that night that Yuha Yaksa got rocked. Fuck.
Snuggeroo.
Again.
It's 4:48. Snuggeroo, second of the game.
Somebody posted there's no more games after 7 p.m. What? Boss, you got to seal that post, buddy. I think he kind of wishes that he had that one.
Oh, he should have got that.
You got to seal that post, man. That's the downside of, VH goalies in 2026. Because normally he makes that save, but that one just... I mean, the defense didn't help him much, but that's one where you need to save from your goaltender.
Yeah, it's just a good look. Like, that's disappointing.
Yeah,
got to figure it out here.
What the? What are you
I don't
doing
know
down
what
there?
That was bad.
What the hell was that? At least they forced him to ice it, so.
Yeah.
Get a good matchup out here. Get whatever line you want. What the fuck was that?
I got all my buddies back home watching me. They're flaming me now. Anthony, I see you watching. Stop it. Jeez. This is not ideal. I'm going to go through hell for the next year and a half if this stands.
Yeah, come on. Let's get another Jankowski goal here.
Literally just anyone. He was.
Ah. Come on, guys. Let's get out of our zone here. Let's go. Move it out. Move it out.
305.
It's just weird seeing, like, other teams out forecheck us in any situation. It's just, I'm not used to it.
I mean, St. Louis, it's out of the first period. They've dominated this game. It hasn't been close.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with Carolina and passing tonight, man. They can't connect a good pass. Yeah, I know Carolina's got 29 shots on goal, but they've not been the normal dominant team that they are.
Not at all.
Damn, she doesn't look the same.
What time would you pull the goalie at? Like 150?
Maybe not that early.
See what we can generate.
See what you can generate first, and then, you know, Rod, he tends to pull them around the 130 mark.
Yeah.
If they're not generating anything, I wouldn't be surprised if he does it a little bit sooner. That's one thing Rod's actually always been pretty good at, is judging when to pull the goalie. He's had a couple of times where I'm kind of like, yo, what the fuck? But, like...
I see Jack Mulaney is in here. You've interacted with this guy, Jack Mulaney, before.
Oh, I have. I was going to say the name looks familiar.
Yeah, do you remember a few years back, the prospect pool guy from Blues, guy that I was interacting with, and he was arguing that St. Louis had a better prospect pool?
Oh, yeah, and said that our prospect pool was grim or something.
Yeah,
meanwhile, the best player in the AHL right now is property of the Carolina Hurricanes.
Exactly. Yeah, he's one of my buddies at Mizzou right now, so it's kind of just a funny circle moment. We always talk about that. I see he just popped up. Blues pushing the one last playoff after this. If that happens, man, I don't know. Just worry about studying for your damn math exam. Come on.
All right, let's see what we can get here.
Jeez, man, this is not good.
Because he basically put the first power play unit out there now.
Just get a start, yeah.
Yeah, that's essentially what it is, because it's Stahl, Aho, Jarvis, Ehlers. See, this is one of those nights where it sucks not to have Goss to spare, because he'd be out there. Yeah. Nikishin's out there. No, the Blues have done a solid. No, I agree. The Blues have done a solid job with their prospect pool, and they've got a lot of draft capital. They were really good at the trade deadline as far as, you know, selling their assets. So that's why Robert Thomas would stay there.
That's up to.
Yeah, I knew that. That's why I'm saying they basically put the first power play unit out there plus Ehlers.
I did not realize it's out. I just looked up.
I mean, considering that they've not been generating much this period, that doesn't surprise me that he went ahead and...
Right. They haven't done anything.
No, they've not been good this period at all. It's just weird seeing Carolina have a game with a ton of North. I mean, considering, historically how they've been in Rod's tenure, having a game with a lot of North-South play, and they're not the ones taking advantage of it, and it's not favoring them. That's just weird for me to watch. Ah, Ehlers shot it wide. Take your time and set it up. You got time. No
Nikishin
arbitrary shots on
92.
net. Oh, God, what a shot. Come on. Ah, damn it, Jarv. They're gapping up on Nikishin really quick. They do not want him to shoot the
They
puck.
don't want, yeah. Russian
He's getting a
rocket.
reputation now. I mean, he already had one before he got to the league, but now he's really getting one.
This ain't good, man. This one's not. That's brutal.
That entry was awful. Oh, held on to it still.
Take your time out.
Yeah, I don't think they've used it yet.
Still confused why St. Louis used their timeout within the first 10 minutes of the game.
Oh, they're winning, so.
Yeah, I mean, something works, but. Not using it yet. Yeah, we are. Never mind. That didn't show the right angle.
Yeah. Wonder if he's going to leave them out there or put. Ehlers generated a couple of chances there, but.
Yeah.
Thank you, Russian Honey Badger. Yeah, Link, I don't have the sound on, so I'm not really hearing it. I have it on, but it's very low. It's just enough for me to kind of keep up with what's going on. Mike, are you referring to Maniscalco or Riley? I'm guessing Maniscalco. All right, let's see what we got here. Svech, Aho, Jordo.
Minute and 6.
Damn. Get there
Got the
quick.
ice.
Yeah, I'm going to sneeze again here in a minute. It's that time of year, though, so.
Yep. Hasn't been affecting me too much yet, but give it a week.
Well, you were just talking about how it was 80 degrees tomorrow and negative 12 with snow this weekend, so.
I don't even know how it's possible. Oh, Slavin.
That's that.
Yep. Really just went 0 for 2 against St. Louis this year. Oh, man.
That sucks. And to top it off, the only
Yeah,
goal Carolina
close.
scored is from Mark Jankowski.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yep, here it comes.
Yeah.
Here it comes. My dad's texting me. My uncle's texting me. All my cousins are saying, bring out the Zamboni. We keep the receipts. Oh.
Well, I mean, I'd take whatever I could get if I was in 30th, too, so.
I mean, yeah, 30th place. They're not going to be playing much longer. We at least have a decent shot at the cup.
Yeah. I wish it was a little bit better of a shot, but.
Yeah. You never know, man.
I want an interesting ECF. That's all I want. I want an interesting ECF. watch them score here just to piss us off.
Yep. 12. Brutal.
Yeah, that one sucks.
Yeah. 0-2.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's all right. Maybe we'll see the Blues in the Stanley Cup final. Oh, wait.
Yeah, no, I will never happen ever again. Never in our lifetime, man. Never in our lifetime.
The only time that was going to happen was maybe 2019. But
Yep.
Carolina just totally blew it against Boston. But, I mean, they were never going to win that series anyway.
They got a lucky cup. They should have never won that game 5 to begin with.
Yeah.
Trip, no call.
I was cheering for St. Louis over Boston, though. That I have to admit. I don't want
I will say, yeah. I mean,
I don't want anything good to happen to the city of Boston. Ever.
No.
I hate them. Chowder, wine cellar.
And St. Louis just has such a deep rivalry with the city of Boston. If it's the Tom Brady cheating against us in the Super Bowl,
yeah, that too.
Red Sox, Cardinals.
Yeah, that's a pretty extensive history there.
Oh, it goes way back. So I mean, I will say, I rooted for the Blues in that, but no. All right, yep. Twitter's lighting up. Come outside, Missouri, Mike. What happened, Missouri, Mike?
Man, we both got lit up tonight.
Yeah, we did. Not our night, man. Not our night. Jeez. 0-2 this year, man. 0-2. After the year I talked the most crap to Blues fans. Good Lord.
It's all right. I'd be more concerned with I want them to play better this weekend against Tampa.
Yes. Yeah, save it up, beat Tampa. That's the more important game here.
But Bussy should have had that second Snuggerud goal. Like, the first one was just a great shot. The second one, he had to seal the post better, and he didn't.
Yeah. That's just disappointing, man.
That one's brutal, but it's all right. We got the experience tonight, as they say.
Put in Dolores and let people just run wild on Tampa, man.
Yeah, just put Delorier in and just let him run people up. Yo, people were DMing me. Yo, why do you look like this guy? I'm like, I don't look like him. And then, like, it happened in one of my group chats. They were like,
I can kind of see it. I will say it. I can kind of see it.
I've got the boxy type of build like he does, but he's, like, super tall and jacked as fuck. Like, well, see, here's the weird thing about it. So, like, when I was, like, 23, 24-ish, I was really jacked then, and I actually kind of hated it. Being jacked actually kind of sucked.
Really?
Because, like, it's a lot of maintenance when you're jacked. Like, you're always hungry. You always have to eat. If you start eating unhealthy, you get fat really easy, which is what I did. And it's like, I constantly had to, like, to maintain, like, the muscle I had. It's like I had to, like, my life was revolved around going to the gym.
Yeah.
Like, which is a good thing to do in a lot of cases, but, like, I was doing 2-a-days because I was so afraid that, like, I was gonna, like, gain a bunch of body fat or something. So, like, that it kind of sucked. It's a high maintenance thing when you're like that. So, and the other worst part about it was, like, when I would skate, I felt really top heavy. So this time, that's why I'm just trying to, like, maybe put on, like, 15 or 20 pounds of muscle from where I started and be pretty lean. I don't ever want to be that big again, though.
Valid.
Yeah, it's like I spent so much money on protein shakes and, like, creatine and stuff like that back then.
Yeah.
I couldn't keep up with how hungry I was all the time. I never want to be that jacked again.
Yeah.
Fasting would be, like, impossible because I would be so hungry all the time. I'd be in such a bad mood. All right, Frank, you want to say bye to Uncle Mike? Come here. Oh, no, you're comfy, aren't you? Don't make me chase you. I'm going to chase you.
Yep. Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully your dog feels better with those allergies.
Yeah, I can still tell it's bothering him a little bit, but it ain't nearly as bad as it was last night. Because last night, dude, I had to sleep in here with him because I was worried about him. Like, I slept on that beanbag over there, and he just sat next to me the entire time, and I just kept petting him until we both fell asleep. And I was worried about him.
Hang on, let me check something real quick. So hey, I'm on stream. What's up? 2 hours? Yeah, I'll be there for it. Give me like 5 minutes. I'll be over. All right, let me just whistle this on.
But yeah, no, we can go ahead and shut this down and everything here. But
Yeah.
everybody, thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah.
I will be hopefully resuming normal programming on Saturday. On Saturday, I plan on doing just a regular old landfall hour and damage report, and I'm going to try to do that more going forward. As far as watch parties go, I'm going to try to start doing them when we can catch games with Buffalo, Tampa, Detroit, teams like that Carolina could potentially see in the playoffs. That's where I want to concentrate the watch parties at, take notes of stuff there, and talk to everybody about that. Well, and all of you that say that you enjoyed it, I appreciate it. I enjoy your presence, y'all being here. Mike, thanks very much for joining me, man. This has been a fun night.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we will do this again here in the near future.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll be here for it. Hopefully we can figure out the system with FanDuel, but nothing we can do.
Yeah, all right. Well, everyone, thank you for joining us. It's been a good night. We will see you again soon.